All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one of your favorite WMMA shows. I say another because I always say your favorite on the other show, but this is another one of y'all's favorite, which, depends on which one you like. I ain't going to pick for myself. All right. But yeah, welcome back to another round of the WMMA mashup. It's round 32. Got my man BJ coming in a little bit. He going to be flying in hot. What's up, Marcus Bell? But we back again. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And of course, the weekend before that, the fight cards weren't too bad. I mean, yeah, of course, they lacked the fights. They lacked some really coverage for us over the next couple weeks. But this fight weekend coming up, well, this show fell on the proper weekend, right? This show here fell on the proper weekend. Because let's say if the show fell on last weekend's show or before that or whatever, it would have just been, another drought type of thing, but yeah, this weekend, we got some fights coming up. Um got something that's considered a big fight, right? We got this I can't really say this is like some type of we gonna get it in when BJ comes in, but I can't really say this is like some type of fight where it's gonna push WMMA or martial arts to the highest level or anything like that, Ronda versus Gina. It's just happening. It's just happening. That's all it is. I think it's more so going to just bring in the fans of their wrestling following and their acting following, more so for Gina, Gina's followers from her. What was that show she was on? I don't even know what show she was on, man. Like, that show that was on like Disney or something like that. Like I really don't keep up with those shows like that. If it's not really like The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead or I don't know, any old school show like that. I don't really keep up with it like that. But yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those type of fights which I'm going to call more of an exhibition. It's just it goes in the exhibition category. That's all. All right, because it's already been 2 years, 20 years, sorry. 2 decades, that's what I was about to say. It's already been about almost 2 decades since Gina's been in the cage, So that's not really like what's got me hyped this weekend. We do got 3 WMMA fights on this UFC card here. Of course, 2 of them aren't really like major fights, but they could turn into some scraps. But I really want to see this bantamweight fight between Ketlin and Jacqueline. Definitely. And then we're going to have some other stuff to talk about, of course. We got to talk about the flyweight situation right now and the strawweight title fight still not being scheduled. Um, of course, we know why the bantamweight title fight isn't scheduled, so I'm not really going to keep on going into that. But let me see who's here. What's up, Marcus? What's up, Robot Chicken? Yeah, we back, man. Hit the like when you enter the chat for sure. Mark said, "Yeah, Ronda versus Gina is a money grab. It is nothing but a exhibition fight. It's only Ronda trying to get back at Dana. You know what I mean? Like just to say, hey, y'all can get money over here to all the fighters. When it really won't work like that for all fighters. Let's be real, right? I think the UFC it works for fighters in general because it gives them work, keeps them consistent. I mean, not every fighter is built to be a superstar, right? I mean, y'all agree with that, right? See, Ronda's just talking from her perspective, right? She can say, well, I can go over here and get more money, and y'all can too. But, if you're not really a star, that's not going to happen. Just like any movie, any actor, like, your most popular actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, he could be in anything and put his name on it and they'll follow him there. But, the C level and D level actors, they won't get paid the same, right? Because they're not as popular, So she's speaking more just out of herself. That's how I feel. But I'll go into more of that when BJ gets in here too, because I want to kind of see where his perspective is. Yeah, Coppola got it done. I went with Coppola Robot. All right, y'all. What's up, man? We got No Filter MMA in the building. Where he at? Where he at? Where you at? What's up, man? Uh-oh. With that connection, man. You just got that new connection. Where you at, man? Ain't paid your Wi-Fi bill. Ain't paid your bill yet, man. We see you. We see your camera here. If you,
I'm here, Combo.
there you
Yeah.
go.
I know I can't hear you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay, listen to him here. He went back to styrofoam cups, man. I told him about that, man. Nah, get off the megaphone, man. Get on the podcast mic. Stop yelling from where you are over here. He outside yelling. UFC is a steady income. Netflix isn't throwing MMA events. Exactly, Rob. That's what I'm saying, man. You get it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, this ain't a situation for everybody, you know? This ain't for everybody. Like, Mike Tyson can do that. Roy Jones could do that. Floyd Mayweather could do that. But could somebody like um see that? Boxers that you can't even really name. You know what I mean? Any just regular chat. Okay, Jerron Boots Ennis. He couldn't do that. Like Jerron Boots Ennis couldn't, Virgil Ortiz, these boxers that you don't really know, they couldn't just jump over somewhere and think they can get that money like that. Diaz, he followed over there because, you know, he's a name, right? People follow him. Francis Ngannou, he's over there because, you know, he went over there and got that big payday from PFL. So, yeah. Mm. Because now she bad mouthing them big time. Like, I guess because they didn't want this fight. But hey, they were looking out for her health, I think. You know, just hanging on for BJ. Let's see what he's up to. I know he's still working here. Because before we really kick the show off, we got to talk about something too. Because we just hit an anniversary too. So yeah, got a few more y'all in here in the meantime. What fight though could really set? Uh-oh.
There you go. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
All right. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? What's going on?
You know what it is. You know what it is. Episode what?
32.
32.
32, brother.
Man, that's 64 weeks of the mashup.
64 weeks, man.
64 weeks of the
14.
mashup.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I was just filling everybody in, man. Like the past weekend wasn't really popping, neither was the weekend before that. But now we got a little action coming up.
We got a little action coming. Yeah, we got a little bit.
There's a little action. That's why I just call it little action, because it's like none of these got me like sitting up like last May. You know?
No. Oh, no. Heck no. Absolutely
You know,
not.
my stomach was hurting last May, man, because we had them fights, bro.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, it ain't popping like that, dog.
I mean, you know, we was on doing a video on a live stream every minute.
I'm telling you, last May had us. Last May had us crazy, man. So they didn't keep that going this year, but I mean, hopefully it pick up, man. I'm hoping it pick up. I hope they pay us back for this, dude. I hope they pay us back for this.
I hope so too. I think, you know, like sometimes we have them down times, but the UFC, they like to kind of compile WMMA into one event sometimes, and that's where
they do.
Yeah, they'll do like a whole month or two, you know, or
but
season.
These fights that are happening though, these fighters have an opportunity.
Yeah,
for us hardcore fans, they have a real opportunity to win over us hardcore fans, though.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they do. Okay, BJ, before we really get into this night though, I want to reflect back because not last Monday, but this past Monday marked the anniversary. I'm gonna put it up right here. You remember this?
Why,
2019. Can you believe it's been 7 years?
Well, it's been that long?
7 years, man. 2019 since Andrade captured the belt, man.
Dang, man. And she been trying ever since to get back. Rose ain't been the same.
You about to make me choke, man.
She been trying ever since to get back, though.
I'm over here drinking this smoothie, man. You about to make me choke.
I'm just telling you the truth, dog. She been trying ever since to get back.
Bro, man, like, I can't believe it's been that long. We got to reflect back on this, man, because it's like one of them things, man. Like, just as we talk about where there hasn't been any fights, we've been hitting some anniversaries because, you know, they just did Weili Joanna. They just put that in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And now this pops up, and I'm like, when was the last time we really got some real action like this again, you know?
I mean, we've had some good stuff. You know, we've had some stuff happen since then. I can't say that we haven't had anything
Mm-hmm.
big like this happen since then. I mean, if you want to be honest, didn't Jocelyn Edwards just slammed Nora Canole on her shoulder and took her out like that? I thought we was watching it repeat. I thought we was watching
Yeah.
a repeat for a second. But the thing is, with this fight, man, it was a different time in women's MMA. You
Right.
know, it was a time where the legends were still the ones that will be legends were still in their primes. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So you had legends like Andrade and Rose and Joanna and Carla, etc. Those people were still going hard in 2019. So when things like this happen to those people, to that crop of people, it kind of meant a little bit. That stuff kind of sticks in our head a little bit.
Yeah, it does, man. Because this was a period where, both of these fighters were in their prime. Andrade was really dangerous. Rose,
Mm-hmm.
she was dangerous after just beating Joanna 2 times in a row. And it was a period, like you said, these fighters, they had something to prove at the time.
Right,
In that top
right.
five, top six, it was like filled with dangerous fighters. It was like a Shark Tank. Strawweight was a killer back then.
It was.
7 years ago.
Who
Man,
all was
that's
at the
why
top back then? You had
oh
Andrade, Rose, Joanna, Carla.
yep.
Who was floating
Um,
around right outside the top? That's when top. We didn't know what was going on with Tatiana Suarez.
yeah,
Uh,
Tatiana. I think
Golly.
Marina was like on the outskirts still,
Marina
coming
was
up.
threatening. Yep, Marina was
Yep.
threatening. Um,
Ebos.
Ebos was threatening. That's when Michelle Waterson thought she was gonna get a title shot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember that? Remember that time? But yeah, man, that was it's crazy how it changes, dude, and it changes so slowly that you don't realize how much it changes until you go back and look and think
Hmm.
about who was really at the top back then. That's why
Yeah.
Valentina's so great.
Yeah. Especially like when you see how these performances would just these performances, how they would turn out. Like, not only Joanna was the only one that really was like consistent with just defending the belt, but it was
Right.
crazy because all these styles kept bringing something different to the table. And you
Yep.
would see these different people just go in there, make a big statement, just thrash one fighter, and then this fighter here would lose to this person, but they would beat this person. It's like
Right.
styles, these style clashes. Like Joanna, she simply, picked apart Andrade, remember?
Yes.
But
Yes.
then Rose knocks her out, and then Andrade, she
Beats
knocks out
Rose.
Andrade.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But
like,
I can
going
say
back to
this
this
about
fight,
that era though. I
what'd
can
you
say
say?
this about that era. Some ass got whooped.
Oh yeah, most definitely. As much as they captured wins, they also got their butts whooped too.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
sir.
that's what the fight game was about, though. We loved them for it, though. I was like,
Right.
ain't nobody perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Joanna, she would go in there, whoop somebody up. Then after that, she would get knocked out. Andrade, she would go in there, knock somebody out. Then she get knocked out. you know?
But bro, but it was popping, but then the birth of the flyweight division, man. The
Hmm.
birth of the flyweight division was just like, whoa.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not trying to, change the subject to the flyweight division. I'm just saying, like, when the flyweight division came, dude, it was just like, boom, we got a whole nother division. Let's figure this
yeah,
division out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It was crazy how many fighters moved, left strawweight and came up to flyweight and stuff like that. But man, strawweight had his moment, and strawweight is actually moving into a new moment. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They're actually moving into a new moment, but they definitely had their moment in the past.
Oh yeah, because strawweight, it's always gonna have a special place in my heart as far as like getting me into the sport. And when it first started back in 2014, there was so many fighters that I already was a fan of before the UFC. So I remember I was telling people who these people were, because the UFC again was just bringing in a new division. All they knew
Yeah.
was Ronda in the bantamweight division. So most people want to know who are these girls they signing. Well, I'd be like, hey man, these girls ain't amateurs. They got careers. They
You
came
talking about the
from
strawweight division?
yeah,
Yeah, when they did that tough season.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
had to like school people on that because it was like, hey, Carla was a champion in another organization. This girl here, JoJo, Tisha, all these girls that were like Rose, all these girls that were over here were like making a statement in other organizations. So, strawweight's always gonna have that place in my heart, man. It was just one of them divisions, man. Like some of
So
my favorite fighters.
how did Joanna skip out on Tough? I'm trying to figure that
I think
out.
I'll tell you this, like, I ain't gonna lie. Joanna and Claudia Gadelia, to me, they were built different. I ain't saying the girls from Tough were soft, but I'm just saying, like, to me, when I saw them fight, like before they were in the UFC, they seemed built different. I was like, man, if they weren't Tough, I was like, I think both of them probably would have ran through most of these
They'd have
girls.
ran through them.
That's because they were kind of like more experienced at the time, and they just seemed different.
Would they have ran through Suarez though?
I don't think so. I think that was a different era of Tough. Whenever that squad came around, like Tatiana was like bigger and stronger than a lot of girls.
So was that not the first season?
No, Tatiana was in like.
Oh no,
Tatiana was in that other show with the because they were with the men that time.
That's right. Carla won the first strawweight one. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Suarez was on the one with JJ Aldridge in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Going back to this fight though, man, do you remember where you were at when this one took place?
I was watching it in my living room, dude. Like I was watching it in my living room. That was the humble beginnings of during the time of the humble beginnings of No Filter MMA, man. And I'm watching this fight, dude, and then all of a sudden, dude, I was like, ain't no way, I said she slammed her once before, and Rose, she didn't get slammed like that. But then I think it was the second time, it was just like boom, and then I seen Rose legs kind of, how you like spray a bug with bug spray and they legs kind of stiffen out, like what I'm saying? That's kind of what Rose.
It was over.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, I thought Rose was like seriously hurt though.
Yeah, I was actually at my old job. I was in my office that time, and I just had to pull it up on my laptop. So I picked Rose too. I was like, oh yeah, Rose gonna win this. She gonna do what Joanna did. And that first round, man, I was like, okay, she doing it, man. She piecing her up. But something kept telling me, I was like, Andrade, all she got to do is get her hands on you,
Get her hands on her, yeah.
And I kept thinking, if that moment come, Rose might just get like mollywopped, or she might get something might happen, And I was like, okay, she doing it again. She moving and moving. But then Andrade, when she grabbed her like that, picked her up, I was like, something about to happen big. And then when she slammed her, I was like, oh man, did she like kill this girl?
That's what I thought. I didn't think she killed her, but I thought she seriously hurt her. Like maybe like paralyzed her or something. Like Andrade wasn't playing, dude. Like she was slamming. She used to slam girls back in the day.
Right. Yeah, because when she did that and the way Rose landed on her head, it was so like violent. You know what I mean? It was just like one of the most violent endings in a fight. And I was like, can anybody, for Rose to withstand that and still be up fighting today, man, I got to give her a lot of credit for that, man, because that, that moment, when she got put on her neck, I'm sure she probably blacked out big time,
Yeah, dude. She was out. Rose was out. And there's only been a few times where I felt like somebody was seriously injured after a loss or something like that, after a finish.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been like the first one. One of the first times that I really felt like she was seriously injured. Like, I was like, oh, that was like the first one that made me go quiet.
Yeah.
I think the first one for the women, in the big leagues that made me go quiet. I was like, whoa,
Yeah. I think like when it comes to most dangerous finishes, I would put this one, and the one other time when I really felt concerned for somebody was when Jillian choked out Agapova.
Oh, dude,
when she was like kind of seizing or foaming, whatever.
That was a bad one. Wildest Moment said, why did Jessica stop fighting like this? No more slamming, no more real takedowns or ground and pound. Because I mean, the girls that she's fighting are better. The girls that they not falling for the same traps that Andrade was setting for people back in the day when the skill level was much lower. See, Andrade is one of those people who hadn't evolved. She hadn't evolved.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like, you know, girls are stronger too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the girls,
Yes.
they hip to that style now. So all they got to do is just kind of like throw her off or like counter her. And I think another thing about Andrade is she believes too much in her power. Like she don't even work on her ground game anymore.
Right. Exactly. Because her ground game is lacking, and people when people take her down, they get Andrade out of there. Like okay, like perfect example combo. If
Hmm.
Aaron Blanchfield had been around back in those days, she'd have
Oh
lost.
yeah,
She'd have lost to Jessica Andrade.
most definitely.
She'd have lost.
Exactly. Like I don't care. Like how strong Andrade is, that version of any version of Andrade would have lost to a fighter with that type of strength and ground game because she never ran into that. She never ran into that back
Right.
then. So if you put somebody just like that, like Aaron, who had the complete package, it would have been, oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm
And
saying, like, if
that's
Aaron hadn't been risen to the level, if Aaron was hurt, was the same, if Aaron was her age back then
yeah.
and not quite put together, not fighting the level of competition that has made Aaron get better now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like the version of Aaron we got now is a result of the competition that she's been fighting. If Aaron would have been in the UFC back then at the same age she is now, I think she'd have lost to Andrade.
Oh,
I don't think Aaron would have been as good as she is now if she was active. If her career took place 10 years, 5 or 6 years before. You know what I'm
okay. So you
saying?
said you're not saying this version or that this version. You mean
Right.
a green
Like
Aaron?
if Aaron existed in that time, she would have lost because I don't think Aaron would be as good as she. If Aaron was Aaron back then, she wouldn't be as good as she is now. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
take
mean,
the
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, yeah, because yeah, the game hadn't really evolved in that.
Right,
Like
exactly. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
hmm like what these girls prepare for now, or what they trying to prepare for, is like a level of a Valentina now.
Right, right.
But back then they wouldn't even know how to deal with like
Exactly.
getting girls off of them like this with this type of power.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because
Tay said
if it
all I
weren't for
said,
Aaron,
like I
go ahead,
said.
go ahead.
Oh, Tay said it's like I said. Jessica has it. All Jessica has is power, no head movement. She follows you around the octagon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that following has gotten her knocked out a few times. She was following Zhang Wei Li and she was running after Zhang Wei Li and got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean it's like man, how many times we're gonna see Andrade running a punch like that and get dropped?
Right. Yeah. Like she just kept doing it, and that's what's sad is like where the game evolves, she never evolved. That's why she can
Yeah,
never get that belt back, man.
right, right.
But yeah, that
But
was
but
like
then
one of the
again,
last fights
Andrade
where
has some. Go ahead.
that was one of the last fights where I could say that made me jump up though. I jumped out of my seat when it
Yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah. You talking about the Rose fight or the Aaron fight?
This Rose fight.
Oh yeah. See, and another thing too, you piggybacking off what you said about Andrade never really being able to get back to that belt again. Um, to play devil's advocate, golly, Andrade never had it easy though. Like Andrade never really got thrown bones. You know what I'm saying? Like every fight Andrade fought was a hard fight, like a skilled fighter. They used her as like their gatekeeper role in both divisions, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody that she fought was somebody who was coming up and streaking. Like she never, maybe once or twice, she may have got the fight down, but not very. Fight get a bone thrown at her, but not very often.
Yeah, I mean, but that just show you how deep the divisions were too, because
Right,
even when she fought down, she was fighting somebody good.
right, right.
Even flyweight, like the I'd probably say the biggest bone she could have had, or you consider, was Lauren Murphy, and even then, like
Lauren
Lauren
Murphy
was considered a contender.
or now Cynthia Calvillo.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I can't believe people thought she was gonna win. They tried to
I
convince
did.
me.
I did.
You thought
I was
Calvin was
one.
gonna win?
We had a conversation combo. You put me on. You made me eat you made me eat crow. You said on the live stream. You said, man, you tried to get in my head and make me believe that Calvillo was gonna do it. I was like, man, I thought she could.
You did it
We
2
got to go
times,
back and
didn't we?
revisit that episode. Yeah, you was like, man, you almost had my mind on Calvacanti. I said, man, I'm sorry.
See, I fell for it with Macy Barber, Montana.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because that was a little bit closer, but this one here was just like, ain't no way Calvillo, man, gonna beat Andrade.
I thought Calvillo could grapple her, man. But think about it. Think about what we know now, looking back on how girls beat Andrade. Could Calvillo not have beat Andrade if you think about it?
Nope. I mean, I'm Calvillo, cool. Shout out to Calvillo, but I'm gonna be honest, like that, no fight she gonna win.
He said no.
Because you got to be built like you got to be like Joanna, like you got to be turned on every round, or you got to be like Aaron. You got to or be like hey Jasmine. Jasmine did it.
Yeah,
you got to be just strong.
Andrade got beat up by Joanna, especially in that second fight. But man, she never stopped coming after Joanna, man. Like Andrade, she was coming, dude. Like she came the whole fight. I was like, dang, like she getting beat up, but because Joanna was on it, man. Like Andrade was like this, Joanna's biggest nemesis was Claudia Gadelha, I think. You know what I'm saying? And but Andrade came afterwards and was trying to like really push she pushed Joanna though. There's a lot of fighters that push Joanna. That's to show you how good Joanna was, man, because she just mowed them down. And even after she started losing fights, man, like they were still good fight. Like that fight with Valentina for the flyweight title, man, I go back and watch that fight. If I want to choose a fight that I really want to be locked into, that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Watching it on a replay, man, that was a phenomenal fight.
Yeah, that was a good performance there.
Yes.
That was a good performance by Valentina.
From both fighters.
Did Jessica have the moments in that fight with Valentina?
No, Jessica had no moments in that fight with Valentina. She had no moments, zero moments.
No,
Yeah, I mean it was a wash.
Dang, man, but that's the thing. Like Jessica, like she's just been staying afloat, but she could just never get back to that belt, man. That's wow.
I mean, she was able to fight for the flyweight title though.
I give her
that. She did make her way to a title fight in another division.
She got there with a crazy victory too, and she knocked out Chikagan too. I thought Chikagan was gonna win that fight.
That was I picked Chuk on that one too. I thought I thought it would look kind of similar to the second Rose. I mean the second Joanna fight. That's how I kind of figured it. You know what I'm saying? But Chuk ain't got that kind of speed and that kind of footwork that Joanna has. You know what I'm saying? And, fight behind a jab like that. She, and Chuk was leaving too many openings for Andrade, and it is what it was. What it was.
Yeah, man. That's why I just wanted to go back and look at this one because I just saw it yesterday and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, May 11th. I was like, dang, that's been 7 years since we saw this fight, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Crazy. But let's see. We got this fight weekend, man. We got 4 fights here. Where you want to start, man? We want to start with this Gina and Ronda situation.
I mean, we might as well talk about it, Combo, because we have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
and that's how I feel.
Let's maybe get a little more excited about it. Like, let's maybe try to fool ourselves into really breaking this fight down. And let's really break it down and see what we think we're gonna see. The only thing we can do is say what we think we're gonna see because neither one of these fighters have fallen over a decade. So I mean, we gotta know. The only thing we're gonna know is what we're gonna base it off of their last performances, pretty much. Like that's it.
I mean, every time I see them, all I can think about is how young I was, because that's how young I was when they fought.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went back to finish up some stuff in school when Gina Carano was fighting. Dang, I was still in my 20s then. I miss them days, man. That's all I can think of. Like when I see these two, it's like, dang, I was that young when they was fighting.
I was early 20s. When I first grabbed on to women's MMA. It was early 20s because, like I said, Strike Force was a thing. Strike Force was on. You know what I'm saying? I was watching. I had just moved into my apartment. You know what I'm saying? I had been in my apartment for a while, my first apartment, but I had finally got cable, and I had, you know, and it was on Paramount or whatever Strike Force was on back then, and I first started watching it. You know what I'm saying? And like the second time I ended up watching it, the second time I watched Strike Force, it was Misha Tate versus Julie Kedzie, and that's what got me. That's what got me in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I used to watch it on Showtime.
Showtime,
You know?
yeah, Showtime.
Yeah, Showtime. Yeah, but yeah, Showtime. That's why I just remember, like, I just keep remembering Strike Force and Showtime. And I always remember Gina because I remember actually like burning some of her fights on DVD because I liked them so much. I went back and watched a lot of them. And I took them home when I went home to visit my mom and dad. And, you know, like I said, God rest my soul, my mom, boy, and my dad. But my mom, she saw Gina, man. She was like, "Oh, I like Gina. This girl can fight." You know?
Really?
Yeah, she loved watching Gina because I showed her the Caitlin Young fight. Dang, I can't remember the other girl she fought. Sarah DeLeo, I think.
God, dude, that was so long
Yeah,
ago.
that was a long time back. Like I would just like bring some of these fights home and, you know, show her some of these, and my dad these MMA fights. My dad, he was a big UFC fan, and you know, he liked it when I didn't like UFC. You know, he liked.
Right.
I couldn't stand MMA back then, but he already liked
What?
it. But
Really?
I couldn't stand it, man. I was always a boxing fan, man, and I just loved boxing, and I couldn't get into it. But
So Gina Carano never fought Sarah Diallo. I know who you're talking about.
So, yeah, not her. Hold on.
She fought Julie Kedzie. Okay, if you watch it on Strike Force.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't her because Ronda fought her. Ronda fought Sarah.
Yeah, so you know, so Gina Carano's only fight in Strike Force was Chris Cyborg.
Okay, I'm thinking of let me see.
She fought Caitlin Young, she fought Kelly Cobo, Tanya Evinger, Julie Kedzie, Elena Maxwell, Rosie Sexton, and Leticia Pestova. So Gina Carano never really fought anybody. Like, no. I mean, she got a couple good wins. She beat Julie Kedzie, she beat Tanya Evinger, and she beat Caitlin Young. Those were her best wins. You know, and at that time, those were good wins at that time.
Yeah, you know, those are good wins. Yeah, because a lot of them girls were coming straight from Muay Thai.
Right. Yeah. So you got combo. We got to be 100% real about assessing these fighters. Let's really think about how good would Gina Carano really have been, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the moment she stepped up in competition, which I understand the circumstances around Cyborg at that time. You know what I'm saying? Gina Carano, that fight was somewhat competitive in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like Gina Carano was doing well with her striking, you know what I'm saying, in moments in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But how could Gina Carano really have beat a Marloes Conan? Because Marloes Conan would have went, because that fight in Strike Force for Chris Cyborg, that was for the inaugural 145-pound title at Strike Force. So what if Gina had won, her next fight most likely would have been somebody like Marloes Conan. Would she have beat Marloes Conan? Like, I'm trying to think about, like, what the Gina, and if you look at Gina Carano, like, in that Cyborg fight, she looked slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had this knockout power, but she didn't look like she had knockout power the way she fought Cyborg. She had some good moments where she landed, but it wasn't this great one-punch knockout power that, you know what I'm saying, she was kind of hyped up to have. You know what I'm saying? So how good would she really have done?
Well, I think it depends. Like, again, when we talking Chris Cyborg, even back then, and then you got to consider what, you know, she was on at the time too, because that was at that point. Right. Like, Chris was out of her league, I think. You know, I think any of the other girls that Gina would have been fighting, the fight would have been, even the girls like Marloes Conan, it would have been more of like a level playing fight. But even then, yeah, Marlos Kona,
Okay.
she was tough because I remember watching her on Invicta, and she kind of had different levels to her game. So,
Right.
that would have been a fight that would have forced Gina to adapt and see something
Right.
she hasn't seen. Because again, I would say, yeah, Tanya Evinger and Julie Kids were probably the ones that had more different levels that she fought. Caitlin Young came with more of a Muay Thai approach. But like even some of the girls I'd seen before, they kind of fell into the same fight that Gina Carano was, kind of giving them, dictating. So I'm really, it's really hard. Yeah, yeah, it's really hard to say, man. Like I'm looking at that
It's
resume
hard, ain't
now.
it? It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
say.
it's really hard to say because again, we just gauging that from like 2008, 2009.
Yes. I just realized that I did not have my brand new microphone plugged in. So if I sound much clearer, then that's why.
Okay, yeah, you are clear.
Yeah, man. It's like you don't. I don't circumstantially, it's just hard to really. And I always had that thought in the back of my head. And I understand why Gina Carano was so popular, because she was very attractive. That was like the first woman that could do both. You know what I'm saying? Like could be attractive
Hmm.
outside of the sport and then, be a badass in the sport, so that just resonated with that demographic. It's the same demographic combo. We
Right.
20 years later and it's still the same
Yeah.
demographic. Um,
I'll tell you this though, like when my mom did see her, she was like, "Oh, this girl can fight." Because it was like what we saw too. Like when we started watching WMMA, is that we saw these girls put more effort into just like going in
mhm,
there and
yes.
sitting down on their strikes and really like going at it.
Yeah.
Not cat fighting or anything like that. She
Right.
was more impressed by the way this girl's throwing punches and getting girls out of there and even choking out Tanya Evinger.
Yeah.
So I think that Gina was on to something and she was just being that pioneer and climbing, but it's really hard to say like how she would handle some of these other girls because she just
Mm-hmm.
stopped right there. Like she just stopped even before she really hit her prime.
Mm-hmm. So she's really not much different than Ronda. They're really very similar in the fact that how they
Hmm.
walked away from the sport. They couldn't handle losing. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
just walked away from the sport like that. But um, one thing that when in my early days, I took away from watching women's MMA was you could always kind of tell, because the women were kind of, you can say they were less put together or whatever. You can say what you want to say, but a lot of the women that were fighting, they really stuck to where the background that they came from. So you
Yeah.
kind of always knew where a fighter came from. Like I knew Marloes Conan was a kickboxer. It was obvious she was a damn kickboxer. You know what I'm saying? You knew Gina Carano was Muay Thai. You knew that Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Nunes was more like, by the time Amanda came around, it was more, she was more like a well-rounded game. You know what I'm saying? But you knew what Miesha Tate was. You knew what Ronda Rousey was. You know what I'm saying? You knew what Chris Cyborg was. You knew the type of fighter was, because that's what they did. Miesha Tate wasn't throwing punches back. Miesha Tate was grinding you out on the ground for 3 rounds in these fights. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
the way she beat Marloes Conan, she beat her with pure wrestling. Like, like that was the Miesha Tate. It wasn't until Miesha Tate later on started fighting people like Julie Kedzie and stuff, people that forced her to strike, where you really started to see Miesha Tate strike. But, I don't even think that Gina Carano really could have hung with those girls, dude. Like, if you really want me to be honest, like I don't think even if she did continue fighting, then she would have ran into who? Amanda Nunes. She would have ran into a Kat Zingano. She would have ran, what I'm saying? Like she would have ran into an Alexis Davis,
Oh yeah, remember
or
what's her name? Was it Edian Gomez? That
Ediana Gomez.
oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
she could have
yeah.
ran into a Pam Bam. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Oh
she could have,
man.
yeah, or like a Julia Budd. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the girls that was around back then. Like, she could have ran into one of those girls, ran into that crop of fighters. I don't even know if she would have survived there,
No.
because
Like,
she'd have been food for GDR.
oh man, yeah, because like when you go back and look at some of these fights where she was just standing, like you said,
Right,
they commit more to what they brought into, like
right.
Muay Thai, that's what we doing. Caitlin Young, I think that's kind of where Caitlin Young got stuck in, where she never really
Turn the
got
corner.
yeah, I would have loved to see Caitlin Young like evolve and go to the UFC because
Right.
she was just so strong and she would just put on
Mm.
good fights. But
Yep.
there was that lack of like wrestling and ground game. And I think a lot
Yep.
of these girls, like possibly even Gina, they could have thought that eventually I'll get them, like well,
Yeah.
eventually I'll get them. I'll just keep sticking to my game, but that don't work. So yeah, I kind of think Gina could have got stuck in that gear too, because Ronda did, you know, she
Yeah.
got stuck in judo and every fight again, like it was like we were talking about the other day. It was like when these girls are getting finishes, it doesn't really force them to get better in the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you can only do so much and prepare. Like we were talking about the Michelle Montague fight, right? Like
Yeah.
she came from Bellator, just submitting everybody, but now that she comes over here, there's more rounds she's putting in because these girls are tougher. So
Right.
same thing can kind of be said with Ronda too. She's kind of stuck in that gears where she doesn't really get a chance to face this adversity.
Right.
And the day it does come, she winds up doing just like Gina in a way. Not really, not wanting to bounce back from that and get better or
Right.
even find out why she lost. She just thinks that's the end of her story.
Would Juliana have beat up Ronda Rousey?
Juliana Pena.
Yeah.
Um, I think that fight would be a little bit more interesting than I think people think. I think a lot of people think Ronda would just come in there and do her thing with her judo, but with Pena being so much more active and willing to strike and just better on the ground and not have to worry about like um, any strikes coming back. I think somebody like Juliana Pena probably could have she probably could have get a victory over Ronda.
Yeah. Because Juliana was right there. She was right there. If Ronda would have
Yeah.
continued
Mhm.
to fight, you know what I'm saying? Juliana was right there before she had the baby. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it was like, that
And
would
I
have been
say that
crazy.
because I'll base it off like this. Like, I think Pena could beat that version of Ronda after losing to Home and Nunes because the difference between Pena and Ronda is like their reaction to punches.
Yeah.
You can see right there, Ronda, she doesn't take a punch very well. Juliana Pena, she can walk through some fire.
Right.
She can walk through some fire, and as reckless as she can be, I think that she would force Ronda to be reckless before her, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she could lull Ronda into like a striking match, and Juliana would
Mhm.
Juliana would probably knock her out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just being honest. Like Ronda Rousey is sitting target, like Juliana. She been knocked her out. She been dropped her. But let me ask you this, man. Like, okay, this fight is happening. This fight is happening this week, right?
Yeah, this weekend, yep.
Is it Saturday night?
Dang, man, hold on.
What night is it? Because
Let
I'm
me
trying
make
to go
sure,
see.
'cause
I'm trying to go see Mortal Kombat Friday night.
he said I'm
You know
trying
what I'm saying? Like that new Mortal Kombat out. It's got Katana in it. Like I'm trying to be there.
May 16th. That is
Oh,
that
Friday
is
night.
that Saturday?
16th is
Yeah, it is. It's Saturday. I kept
it's
thinking
Saturday.
maybe
Okay.
Sunday or something, but yeah.
Okay. So it's okay. It's Saturday. All right. So how do you see? What do you see? What do you
Um,
see? How do you see it going down?
honestly, man, I could see like the first round being really respectful. Like, I don't think we're going to get some all out action in maybe the first two rounds here. I think we're going to see a lot of respect here because you got to remember, again, Gina's in here training. Yeah, she's in here training with, Wood. But Gina ain't been in the cage
Ain't
again.
been in there, dog.
She has not been in there since 2009.
Yeah. That's a long time ago, bro. I was 19 years old.
Yeah. I was what? See, that's how old I am. I can't even tell you now. I was
Right.
26. Yeah, 26
Yeah.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So her her approach to me, I think of course is going to be stand up. I think she's going to try to establish a jab right away and look at what Ronda's done in the past and even kind of gauge off of Ronda's lack of boxing because let's be real,
Ronda still can't box.
Ronda still can't box. Like, yeah, exactly. You can do all the training you want, but you left off getting knocked out 2 times in a row and never having your boxing tested. Like, you didn't take any, you didn't even do no, like, you didn't even go to boxing and fight girls like Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. You know what I mean? You didn't even go off like Molly McCann, like in fighting, boxing, or anything like that. You stayed away from the sport and just went to wrestling. So I think that the fight, you're going to see these girls kind of show a lot of respect. And to me, with so many years of being away, I think it's either going to be 2 things here. Like, the reaction to the punch for either of them is going to be dangerous from not being hit in an actual fight in a long time and all the pressure on, or their bodies could be healed and recover from the time being. So when they get hit, it could wake them up and they might just go at it, you know?
It might, but we have to remember, as long as they've been away, they're still fighters.
Yeah.
They're still fighters. They are still fighters, and they have both had long combat sports careers. Ronda's career was a long career starting in the Olympics, and Gina Carano's career was a long career starting in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like winning Muay Thai championship. The first American to win a Japanese Muay Thai championship. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's like, you know, they are real fighters to the bone. They're real fighters to the bone. So maybe after they get, you know, maybe after they're in there for a round combo, you're right. It might be a lot of respect at the beginning, but maybe once they get in there for a little bit, they start to feel like themselves again. And maybe it wakes something up in them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I'm hoping because if they do like take the first rounds just to feel each other out, I could see like Ronda wanting to give the crowd what they want, even Gina at this point. Like, just certain things I had caught up. I haven't really paid attention to the interviews like that, but some of the glimpses I've seen of Gina just wanting to get back in there too. I think, like you said, with them being fighters, neither one of them want to leave without a scratch on them.
Right.
Like, this ain't really about no belt.
No, it ain't.
Like, it's a
They doing
5-round
this
fight.
because they want to do it.
It's a 5-round fight, but this ain't about no belt. So it's just like them wanting to come and put on the show. And I think either Ronda want to push that grappling and maybe even strike a little bit to just try to prove to the crowd that she can strike. But I can see them really, you know, turning it on towards the later part of this fight. Like, again, I don't really see it looking like a level of a Valentina type of fight because they left off that period of time. You know, they left off that gap. Yeah, it's really weird just thinking about it now, man.
It is, ain't it though?
Yeah, because I'm trying to play it out as I'm talking, and I'm like,
yeah,
how can I see like Gina just stopping takedowns and, you know, having this type of get up, like even like somebody like Bannon or something like that, or Viana, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I just saw her as a scrappy fighter in good Muay Thai, but they're still missing something to me. They're just missing something. When I go back and look at those fights, like, you can still tell the difference between MMA now and the MMA before. If that makes sense. Like, you can see where, like you said, girls that come in, they just stick strictly to their game plan, whereas versus now, you see girls mixing it up more.
Yes, and it's like it's so contradicting in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we still kind of like they never showed us the next level of their game. They never showed us that so like, in a way, our mind is kind of thinking like, I want to see what they've improved on, but then you have to think, well, damn, it's been over a decade, so it's like, will they be improved? Will they be better? You know, because they never showed us. Like, we've seen people evolve, and you know what I'm saying, we've seen people change and adapt in the sport, like Valentina. You know what I'm saying? And like, we never saw that next level to them because they both got beat and quit. So it's like, you know, like, the question is not will they show us something different? It's can they show us something different? Can they show us that they've evolved? You know, it may turn out to be a good fight. We may come away from this fight, dude, like, man, combo. Like, did you see how this fight went down? Did you see how Ronda was? Did you see how Gina was? You know, we never know how this fight gonna turn out. It could be good. That's why I said, you know, we can't really forget that they're still, you know, even to, you know, even through the years, you know what I'm saying? This version of themselves, they're here because they want to be here, and they're still fighters to the, you know, to the core.
Yeah, because once you look at once you just look at like even like some of Gina's other fights in the past, you can still you can still tell this girl's a fighter. So she's probably been waiting for so long for the, you know, just the right return. And again, as much as you tell a fighter to move their head and all of that, sometimes they like getting hit. So yeah, I think that the minute one of them gets hit, it could turn into a fight. And at this point, we ain't really looking for like a long career from either one of these girls.
Right.
I think we just looking for a fight where I can walk away and say, oh, they both showed heart and guts. I'm really not trying to look at improved boxing from Ronda, and I'm not really trying to see improved grappling from Gina at this point. Maybe just enough to make the fight go on, but at this point, we're not really gauging them to say, oh, this person's gonna fight Valentino or Amanda next, because that's not what this is about. But we just want to walk away to finally say, okay, these two did it, and they put their stamp on it and left us with a good fight.
Right. Like, I don't want to walk away from it saying, oh man, they shouldn't have done this. Like, I want to walk away saying, you know, they looked like they were ready. I really don't want to walk away from this saying, man, they should have just stayed where they was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to both, if they're gonna do it, I think that they both feel like they can do it. They wouldn't be doing it if they didn't feel like they could do it.
Right.
So yeah.
Let me ask you this too before we move on though. About the fight as a whole, does it really do anything for WMMA now?
It doesn't do anything for women's MMA now. I think it just, the only thing it does is, you know, reignite some nostalgia and some old Ronda and Gina fans. You know what I'm saying? It's pure entertainment. It's there for us to watch. Like, you know, thank you for doing it, but it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things in women's MMA. You know what I'm saying? Unless Ronda decides to, if she wins, she decides to come back and wants to get in the UFC and do whatever. Like, if that's even a possibility, like that's where it can become a different conversation. But if not, like, you know, if it's just, you know, fighting over here under this banner and, you know, doing, you know, fighting prize fights, you know, I'm cool with both of them doing prize fights, like fighting, you know, if they want to be active for the next 5 or 6 years of their life, you know, or 4 or 5 years of their life, you know what I'm saying? You know, if this fight ignites it back in them, you know, prize fight from here on out once a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it once a year. Have a fight with another legend once a year. You know, do it. If you want to do it, do it. But it doesn't really do anything, because in the back of my head, I'm thinking this is great, but there's still, well, what about this flyweight title picture? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that I'm thinking about. Like, yes, this is great, but what about what we're gonna do? How we gonna make them do Liz Carmouche versus Dakota Ditcher for this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of thing. All right, that's the type of thing. You know, that's where my mind is at right now. So,
I mean, that's a good point, because that's why I asked that, because, you know, we did have one of the biggest fights that did WMMA justice last year, and that was Valentina Weili. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
that was one of them matchups that happened at the right time compared to this. You know, there was no holdback for 10, 15 years or anything like that.
Right.
We look for fights that happen in a time where both fighters have accomplished something and they want to go ahead and get it done now, not where we just say, oh, what if, like, this is kind of like a what if thing, you know, because part of it still says, I want to see it, but then we're like, but then again, it's like, what do they have to prove at this point, at this age, you know?
But they have nothing to prove.
Yeah, they have nothing to prove.
And the fact that they can, maybe that'll help them fight more freely in there. Maybe that'll help them be more comfortable knowing that they don't have something to prove.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. They do that. Yeah, they'll let it all go.
This is a money move. This is money. They
It's
both
money.
about to get paid.
Yeah, of course. And that's come on. We know that's the number one thing. Like that
Right.
money they getting, especially like she get more money than she probably got paid from Dana, anything like that. And she could throw it in
Right.
his face. That's what it's all about on her side. I think for Gina, of course, it's the money, but I think it's for Gina just kind of go to finally go out to try to go out with a W. Because every fighter wants to go out with a W. It don't matter how long it is. They're gonna always look at that last fight if it was a loss and say, "Dang man, I got to get something back to cover that up."
But yeah, I think that's a gaping hole for Gina Carano. I really do. I think Gina, because Gina always teased coming back. So I always felt like she knew that one day when the situation, after it got past a certain amount of time that she had been gone, you know what I'm saying? I think she was like, well, if the opportunity ever arises, and everything lines up, I'll take it. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's within this time frame and and everything lines up perfectly and it's the right dance partner, I'll do it. So I felt like there was always that possibility of them both coming back for another fight. I just didn't think it would be against each other. If you want me to be honest, I always thought that there was one more fight left in Ronda and Gina. You know
Just
what I'm
not
saying?
each other, right?
Not each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
just not each other. But
I
it
can
is
see
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. So with that being said, are you picking or you just gonna watch it?
See, I want to pick, you know what I'm saying, because I'm so used to picking, man. Like when you done thought about a matchup for so, when you done thought about it for so long, you have to start, you got to start, your mind starts saying, I think this person gonna win. But honestly, since it's so close now, I think I just want to watch it, combo. I think I just
Okay.
want to watch it and be
I'm
a fan
gonna
of
do
it.
like you. I'm doing like
Be
you.
a
I ain't
fan of
picking.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be a fan because, like I said, I'm gonna do this out of respect. Because, like I said, these are fighters I watched back in my day. My
Yeah,
parents, they used to
yeah.
love it too. Because, like I said, you know what? After my mom and dad watched Gina fight, and like I said, Caitlin Young and these other girls, my dad, he was like, "Man, the women are more exciting than men."
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Those were his
Yeah.
exact words. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "I've been watching MMA for this long," and he was like, he just he liked the grappling and stuff, but he was like when he saw these women just throwing down and just striking, he was like, "Man," he was
Yeah.
like, "These fights are more exciting."
Yeah. Yeah. They be banging. Yeah, they be banging. And I love watching the men fight too, man. But it was just something about the women banging. I was like, oh man, these fights are good. And these girls, they get snappy in that, man. Like like when I never forget, man, that moment in when Kat Zingano and Misha Tate was fighting, and Misha they came to the end of the round, and Misha used Kat's face to get up.
Oh
And like,
man, I gotta watch
you
that
remember
again.
that?
I gotta see that again.
Yeah, bro. And Kat like jumped up, and the dude had to stop her. Like they was like, and Misha had her back turned. Bro,
Mhm.
that was crazy because they was fighting in that, dude. That fight was a fight. That
I ain't
was
gonna
a
lie, man.
fight.
That fight had me crushing on Cat.
Yeah,
That was back
but
out
that's
there. I was younger too. I was like, yo, Cat.
yeah,
I mean, it was something about Cat. She was just like raw and just that energy, and and she could, like I said, do both. She could look good and fight. I was like,
yes.
wow.
But that was like the first fight I really beat when she beat Misha, because I thought I knew that fight was gonna be. I said, this gonna be two wrestlers, like that's gonna be a crazy fight.
Mhm.
Two explosive. Cat was like, but Cat's a little more athletic than Misha. You know what I'm saying? The way that fight was turning out, dude, I was like, yo, they fighting, man. Like Misha was getting the better of the strikes, but Cat was grind. You don't see Misha get grinded out back then that much, but she got grinded out by Cat, and Cat took her out. Then when she could get out of there, she took her out of there.
Mhm.
Dropped her. She dropped her with knees. She dropped Misha Tate with knees, and then
What's
finished her.
crazy is I always remember Cat was on one at that time, man. Because after
Yes.
she beat Misha, she beat Amanda too, man.
she, she did. Yeah,
Told you that's
she
why I was
did.
like, I was loving some Cat. I was like, dang,
Yeah,
man, she was on.
yeah.
She was on one at that
Yeah.
time, man.
She was going to whoop Megan Anderson too.
Oh yeah, she could. She could.
she, Because you know why I say that for real now? Because I seen Cat fight Leah McCourt and how she handled Leah McCourt, even though that was a good fight. I said,
She just
oh
took a
yeah,
wrong approach in that first round, man.
man, yeah, for real. But I said, man, she'd have got her hands on Megan Anderson, dog.
Man,
like that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
that was, man. Shoot. But yeah, I hope it turned out to be something. I hope this one do be something this weekend, man. I hope these two can finally just let loose and well, somebody's got to walk away with another L. That's how it's got to be.
It's got to be like that. Yeah, it's got to be like that.
All right, so going to the UFC this weekend. I don't know. I might jump on live for these fights since we don't do too many WMMA round by live commentaries too much.
Yeah,
Might not, they're not really like big known names, but I might just jump on because they might turn out to be bangers,
Yeah,
But
they
man,
might
when I
be
see
good
these,
fights.
what'd you say?
They might be good fights. All I know is I'm gonna watch Alice Ardelean fight. I'm gonna watch her fight.
And that's crazy you say that, man. Like, this girl ain't even like ranked, but what is it that makes you just say that? Like, I'm gonna watch this girl fight. What is it about Alice?
It's just what it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that crispy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way. I don't know, man. It's it was the fight that she had against. It was Alice Ardelean versus Rayanne Dos Santos, bro. That fight right there was a banger. Like, that was, if you forgotten about that fight, you need to go back and watch that fight. Alice Ardelean versus Rayanne. Then she fought. She beat up Montserrat Ruiz. She beat up Montserrat Ruiz.
You gonna make me go back and watch that. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I like Alice, man. I like the way she fight, dude. She kind of remind me of Manon in a way. She does, like the way she strikes and stuff. She kind of reminds me of she strike like Manon in a way. Like they punch mechanics kind of look similar to me. But she must see TV to me on the lower level. Like, anytime she fights, I like to make sure I'm tuned in to watch her fight because she's on a nice little streak in the UFC right now.
Is she? Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, she's on a 2 or 3 fight winning streak right now.
Ardelean. BJ, you a promoter, man. You promoting this girl, man.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I like her. Okay, so she lost to Shauna Bannon and Melissa Martinez, and now she's on a 2-fight winning streak. So she's 2-2 in the UFC. Yeah, 2-2.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, I definitely don't dislike her. I like her, like, as a fighter. Like, after watching, like, I'll say all of her performances, and I just see how she comes in there and puts it all on the line.
Yeah.
And she's not trying to be something she's not. Like, I mean, I would like to see every fighter improve and become defensive minded, but if you can go in there and just fight off your heart and still like get it in, and at some point in the fight, just show that you tried, which she has in those first few fights, but even in these last 2 that she's won, I mean, she's doing her job, and I think that's just her main thing is to come in and be a fighter. So if she's giving us that, yeah, I can be a fan of that.
She kind of got some dog in her though.
She got a lot of dog. Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. Like, she does have a lot of dog. Like, she don't back up. I noticed that. Like, she don't back up in fights much. And I mean, what else can you ask for? Like, when she opened these cards with this type of energy, we can't be mad at that. So when people keep saying WMMA is bathroom breaks, I'm like, man, you foolish because you missing out right here.
You crazy. I'm telling you, y'all missing out. I'm not gonna miss out, but I do think that Ardelean needs to move up to 125 though.
Is she because big?
Yeah, because and she's struggling to make the weight. You know what I'm saying? So, and she used to weigh much more than what she weighs now. I don't know if you know about her. She wasn't a big girl, you know what I'm saying, but she wasn't a straw weight a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, I think maybe what would help Ardelean is to go up to 25 and see how she feels at 25, because 15 is hard for her to make.
I'm looking at some fights from way back, not way back, but yeah, some of her early fights, she was 132. Dang.
132 pounds.
Yeah, she fought at
Yeah,
132
yeah, yeah,
pounds.
yeah, yeah. She was much bigger. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So maybe strawweight is not really the place for her. I think maybe she should go up and just try. But she's short though, so I get it. But maybe that is the right. Maybe that is the right. Maybe that is the right weight class for her. But we'll see.
Her and Wei Lee fought at 119. These are weird weights, man.
Where was she? What organization was she in?
When they fought, that was at Top FC.
Okay, okay.
And these are like from a decade, but still, it's like back then, yeah, she was fighting at weights closer to like Bantam, even flyweight. I don't know though, man. Oh dang, she fought for EFC too. Let me
Yeah,
see what she fought. Let me see what the weight she fought at EFC. I don't know though. I think strawweight might be her place because I think it comes down to the style too.
she was
Because
at flyweight.
she was EFC champion. Never mind. Okay, all right. She won the belt EFC. But yeah, I think strawweight is her best place because of her style matchup. Like,
Okay.
I don't think the style that she fights would fare well to higher up because these girls hit hard, man. And you know what I'm gonna say? Look, if you put her in there with like a crispy at 125 or a Karasketai at 125,
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I
somebody
forgot
getting
about that.
stopped.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're
And
right.
then
But
Nisi
she's struggling
Dougal,
to make that weight though.
yeah, because she
She's
got a lot of,
struggling.
she's not like fat or anything, but she does
No.
have some weight to cut off. And the
Yeah.
older she gets, it's gonna be harder to get off. But
She might have to
I
pull a Mackenzie Dern on us, and you know what I'm saying, and get snatched up, like get cut up or something.
yeah, because Mackenzie making it work. Mackenzie, she looks
Right.
good at the weight. She looks good.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how she does it. Like when she come in there, she be looking like a flyweight, but she be cutting the weight
Yeah.
and she is cut up with it. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But I got Alice in this fight though, just as a pick.
Yeah.
Like I think she's got it.
I think she got it too, man. Yeah, I think she'll beat Poliana Viana, man. She just there's nothing. I don't even know. Like I don't even know how to even assess Poliana Viana as a fight because I feel like I've only seen her get beat up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've only seen her lose. Like, and it's like when the last time this girl won? Okay, so she on a 3-fight losing streak. Like her last win was Jin Fry. Like, get this girl out of here, man. Like, what is Poliana Viana can go? She lost to Yasmin Lucindo. She got stopped by Lucindo, stopped by Jillian Robinson, and stopped by Jacqueline Amarin.
And she got stopped by Veronica Hardy.
She got stopped by Veronica Hardy. Yeah, by Veronica Hardy. She got beat by Hannah Cyphers, beat by JJ Aldridge, beat by Tabitha Ricci. Like, bruh.
Dang, man. I can't believe her UFC career spans that long. It goes all the way back to 8 years.
Yeah, it's been that long.
And I mean, Jennifer Maya got cut.
That's Montana.
I'm not gonna let that go. I'm not letting that go.
Yeah, we ain't
Jennifer
letting
Maya
that go.
her contract couldn't get renewed. Even again, like I said, Montana,
Viviane Araújo,
like these three girls right here. Like, I mean, this girl's records expands over 8 years, and like she never left the rankings.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, again, not everybody leaves the rankings, but still, like you see like a period where these girls beat somebody. But I mean, she beat
ain't
Jin Fry.
nobody.
Look, this Jin Fry fight she won. I didn't even pick her to win. I thought Jin Fry was gonna beat her at time.
Man, what happened to Jin Fry, man? Jin Fry was supposed to be good.
Yeah, she was good. She was good atomweight champion, but they just didn't she probably thought they were gonna bring atomweight over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, she beat Emily Whitmire and Mallory Martin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't assess her as like a fighter though, man.
It's hard to yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to say about her. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have, and she fighting Alice Ardelean, I'm definitely going with Alice in this fight. Like, there's no question of who I'm picking in that fight.
But you know what? I will say this, man. Like, Alice better be careful of that right hand, though, because that right hand did drop Genu Fry.
You talking about Poliana Viana?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got to be careful. I'm not gonna say go ahead and be reckless, because if you let Poliana beat you, she'll try to beat you. But if Ardelean fights like she normally does, she'll take out Viana.
Yeah,
she'll take her out.
I don't really have a pick for Shauna and Caliari, really, but I think it could turn out to fight. You know, I think they probably, that style matchup, they probably know that both of them kind of lacking technique, so it'll be a fight, I think.
Caliari should have never been in there with Crispy, though.
Nah, man.
Nah. She should have never been in there with Crispy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. But Crispy took her out.
Crispy took her out, man.
Yeah. But you know, some of these strawweights be sacrificial lambs to these flyweights, though. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? But they do, man. They will feed a strawweight to a flyweight in a minute on their debuts. And I'm like, come on, man. Like,
I think that's their fault, though, man, because they take it, because I know the two situations. And again, you know, Fatima Klein wanted to get signed, so she came in and she fought Jasmine.
Yeah, she did. She did.
And Tabitha Ricci, she wanted to fight.
Tabitha Ricci.
She didn't have to, but she did. I was like, oh, why is she taking this fight, man? Why is she wanted it?
So let me ask you this. So Nicole Caliari came in. Well, she was fighting at flyweight before, though. Like, she's been she's been fighting at flyweight.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was strawweight earlier in her career, and then she moved up to flyweight and came into the UFC at flyweight. Fought Ernesto Carrasquita and lost. Fought Carly Judice and lost. Supposed to fight Carol Foro, but now she's fighting Shauna Bannon. So she kind of giving us like some E-Boss type action or something, like trying to go back and forth between the weight classes. But I mean, she did look a lot. She did look a lot smaller than Crispy in that, though, and Carrasquita.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Like, maybe since she couldn't fare well at 125, she's going to take a crack at 115. But
right,
she looked kind of big, though. I don't know if she's going to have an easy time making weight. We'll see.
Yeah. Cabo said she looked kind of big.
I mean, yeah, that girl got like traps too. Yeah, she's kind of a big girl.
Yeah, she big, but she still looks smaller than Crispy, and maybe because Carrasquita kind of big, like Carrasquita big,
yeah,
so
huge, yeah.
yeah. So like a lot of them gonna look a lot smaller than her. So I mean, I guess maybe she was in there with two big flyweights, but she still looked kind of small. But she's like a tweener, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like she's bigger for strawweight, but smaller for flyweight.
Yeah. And Shauna Bannon, man, I mean, we'll see what she gonna do, man. Like, I'm still tripping off that kick that she be throwing.
Man, that kick, man, she pissed me off with that kick, man. But I'm glad Sam got in there and schooled her, though. Sam schooled her because she beat Alice Ardelean. Ain't that crazy? Man,
that is. Alice got to get that back. I don't know how she did that, man.
She beat Alice Ardelean and lost to Bruna Brazil. That don't even make sense.
You said that,
but like that don't even, like, how you lose to Bruna Brazil and beat Alice Ardelean? Like, that don't even make sense. Wow, that is crazy.
You know what? If I was gonna say this too about Poliana, man, if she lose this one, she might get cut.
Poliana Viana, I think so,
because that'll be her fourth in a row, and yeah, she might get gone on. No, she'll get gone,
especially if she gets stopped.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, if she gets stopped, that's it.
Yeah, especially if she gets stopped, dude. Because like, you getting stopped, you know, like you getting stopped a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to go. Girls have been cut for less, a lot less.
Like,
less. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cut Jennifer Mike. Like, why Jennifer Mike? cut, man. Like that's crazy.
Jennifer Maya hasn't even been fighting steadily either. You know what I mean? Like most of these girls go to PFL, but when
Well,
was the last time
she won that Invicta belt, and she ain't fought since.
Dang, man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, remember she won the Invicta belt.
I remember. Yeah, she beat
Yeah,
Toledo Bernardo. Yeah.
yeah.
Dang, and that was 2024.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Maya. Maybe Maya trying to. I ain't seen her on social media either. Let me just check and see. But maybe Maya trying to have a baby or something. Maybe she pulling a choke on us.
Pulling a
Because I
choke
think
in Maverick.
Yeah, because Chook might be. Because Chook coming back, so I think that Maya could be pulling a Chook on us, man, and go ahead and spitting out a baby. I see her as I see Maya as the type that would come back though.
Yeah, I can see that. Like she's not done to me. Like there's nothing like about her that makes me say she's completed fighting yet. You know?
Right. She ain't losing like that. Like Maya, she ain't went on no long losing streak or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she lost some fights, but look who she was fighting though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay.
This week
is
too?
the one. This is the one to answer some questions, man.
That's this weekend too, right?
Yes, sir.
We Saturday nights, I'm gonna be locked in. Nobody better not call me, ask me to do nothing, because I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing Saturday night. I ain't doing nothing Saturday night.
I gotta think. Let me see. No, I got a few things in the daytime, but then when I get home, I'm gonna be behind this screen right here.
Yeah. Pretty much, dude. If you go live, bro, I'll go live with you. I got my setup. My setup is ready to go. Like, if you want to go live, we can go live and talk. Call this one as it's happening, bro.
Okay,
you got Paramount
I'll do
Plus.
that.
You got Paramount Plus. I got Paramount Plus, so we're gonna be synced.
Yeah, I'm gonna order my dinner and everything. So yeah, definitely. I'll get on camera, everything. You know, just to be chilling in the back here. But
Absolutely.
yeah, we can do that for sure.
We can do that. Yeah, let's do that Saturday night. But
I'll do
it. And we both have the paid versions of StreamYard, so I can, with your permission, I can stream it to my channel as well. We can both be live.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah. I have to send the request to you through here, and then you have to approve me to be able to do that. And whoever starts the stream has to approve it.
Okay, yeah. Just do that. Yeah, send it to me. You can stream it. Yeah, because anytime like we do these mashup shows, you could do that from now on, or I can send it to you, and you can stream it there.
Yeah, we can simultaneously stream it to both channels. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But to this fight though, man. So Combo, like, it's fight week, dude. Like, it's fight week for this fight. You know what I'm saying? So what are you thinking about your girl Calvacanti? Like, how do you think she gonna be status quo types? You know, like do what works for her, or you think that Ketlin Vieira is gonna pull something out of the bag and big sister Calvacanti? What you think?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried for Calvacanti in this fight for a good reason, man. I am. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried because I know she's on the come up. I know her striking technique is beautiful, and I know a lot of things that she's doing looks good. But the thing that kind of worries me is also the thing that annoys me about Ketlin is that Ketlin Vieira is not good enough to win the belt, but she's good enough to beat everybody else for some reason. You know what I mean? She's just doing
some reason.
She's doing just enough to stay afloat. That's kind of how Ketlin fights. Like, she does just enough to stay afloat. And that staying afloat is a danger to any girl that is not used to like her style. Like Ketlin, I ain't gonna lie, she's got a jab, she's got power.
She does, yep.
And she's got pressure, right? And she's got strength. And she's big. Yeah. All of these things, she never exceeds at all of them, but she'll pull a few of them out in a fight to make you look bad. You know what I mean? Like, she pulls just enough out in a certain fight when you pick against her and you like, dang, I didn't know she could do that. You
And
know,
she slowed Kayla Harrison down. She drug
she
Kayla
slowed
Harrison
Kayla Harrison
in
down.
yeah. She drug Kayla Harrison into a 3-round fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when I see those things that she's been doing, I think that Jacqueline Cavalcanti is like really in for her biggest test. And this biggest test is gonna answer some questions about where Cavalcanti stands in this division as far as like a well-rounded fighter and a physical fighter, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, when I saw Manon, I gotta bring flyweight up here because when I saw her as a fighter,
Of course. It's the reference point at this point.
yeah, it's the reference point here. When I saw her come up from the bottom up to the top, I was like, okay, I see her being able to utilize like her size, her strength outside of just her striking and just stopping takedowns and handling these girls. But I see Cavalcanti out striking a lot of girls, but there's something about her movement that hasn't been tested, and her takedown defense hasn't really been tested. Even her ground game hasn't been tested at this level yet. And I don't know if she has that physical strength to handle a girl this big and this strong. And at the same time, I don't know like how she reacts to somebody that jabs back. Because even going back to the Irene Aldana fight with Ketlin was landing on Irene Aldana before she got knocked out. You know, she was landing some good shots in there, but back in Irene Aldana, it was just when she got in there too deep, she got caught with the body hook, you know, hook to the body, then the hook to the head. And you really got to stop Ketlin, I think, to get a convincing victory. And I think Cavalcanti has that type of power, but that was a few years ago, you know. So to me, I think Vieira kind of stepped up her game since then, and she's a little bit more confident in what she does on the feet and how she pressures. So I think you'll see Vieira kind of push those moments early, getting her to the cage to stop any type of momentum, because she did it to Norma. Because let's be real, you know, a lot of people thought Norma lost that fight. You know, and you know, Norma's got lateral movement. Norma can move.
Yeah.
But Norma wasn't doing jack in there. Like Norma wasn't much on the ground either. So
right, yeah.
Ketlin, I'm gonna be real. She got a good chance against Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I'm a fan of Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I like to see her win, but I think to me, this ain't a fight for Jacqueline to play well-rounded fighter. She's got to stick to a strict striking game plan and only striking.
Yeah.
It's just got to be striking at 101 all day long. Like no grappling at all. Don't let this girl get any type of like grip on you and take you down.
But Ketlin Vieira can strike though, dude. Like that's what's crazy. Like that's what is so frustrating about Ketlin is Ketlin can strike, man. Like if she, you know what I'm saying, she's got some heavy hands and she flurries, you know what I'm saying, to get close to you, you know what I'm saying. She does come in throwing big shots, you know what I'm saying, to back you up to the cage. And she is strong there, man. Like her clinch game is strong. Like she is strong, man, and she's big. So it's kind of like, but Cavalcanti's big too. But like you said, it might be like a physical strength thing there, you know, like how strong is she in those like clinch situations. But you know, Ketlin Vieira can get this fight to the ground. Like that's what's dangerous about her. And if she does, man, Cavalcanti might be in trouble on her back. She might be in some real trouble. She might find herself in some real trouble. But if she can take a page out of Irene Aldana book and be active, you know what I'm saying, hit Ketlin and piss her off, because Ketlin's an emotional fighter. And like when you hit Ketlin, she come after you. You know what I'm saying? Like she does, and she leaves herself open. She fights with her chin right up in the air. Her chin is right there to be hit. Something about these Brazilian women and their chin, they need to start tucking their chins. You know what I'm saying? Because they get Andrade don't tuck her chin. Mackenzie Dern don't tuck her chin. Amanda Ebos don't tuck her chin. Like these girls got to start tucking their chin. You know, and Ketlin is right. She will. There will be a moment in this fight, just you know, based on how precise and fast and jab heavy that Cavalcanti is. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna land a clean punch on Ketlin. You know what I'm saying? And if she does, like, if it don't knock her out, it'll piss her off. So she's gonna have to use that opportunity, man. When Ketlin, there's gonna be moments where Ketlin gets reckless. She's gonna have to use it. She'll have to find it. You know, don't let herself get caught up, because if she does, she ends up trying to fight Ketlin's fight, she'll lose.
Yeah. What I didn't like about Calvacanti, I think in a couple of her fights is where she wasn't jabbing enough. She kept throwing her right hand and just not jabbing.
Right.
Um, I think it was even going back to that Jocelyn Nunez fight.
Yeah.
Like, how Jocelyn was ducking in. Like,
Yeah.
I don't I don't see like Calvacanti mixing it up enough sometimes and throwing like uppercuts. So, she kind of leave herself like open to be taken down sometimes, even hit back. So she can't be in there, just messing around in this fight because I'm looking at Cavalcanti's resume. She beat Cornell and Nunez by split decision. Then she beat Julia Avila, wasn't her name? Julia Avila,
Julia Avila.
and she beat Myra Buenos Silva. So this is a major jump from those girls. It's a
Yeah.
major jump because
Yeah.
I look at as you were talking, I was looking at Ketlin's resume. I'm like, honestly, Ketlin, she might have 4 losses after the Irene Aldana fight, but those fights were all close.
Yeah.
She
Yep.
lost to Rocky by a close fight. The Yana fight was unanimous for Yana, but still, that wasn't really like a fight where Yana was beating Ketlin up.
Right.
And then the Kayla fight was probably the most convincing. Then people thought she beat Norma. So, I mean, then she beat Holly, Misha, Panny, Macy. So
Well, Yana did beat her up at the end, though.
at the end of I got to go back and watch at the end of the
Yeah,
fight.
Yana left Ketlin in a puddle of blood.
Did she? Oh, okay. I got to
Yeah.
go back and watch that one.
At the end of
Dang,
that
that's
fight,
5 years ago. Yeah, I got to watch that.
yeah, Yana left her in a puddle of blood.
Mm. Okay, so that was probably those 2 fights were her most convincing losses, but
Right.
Ketlin's fought a lot of girls. Ketlin's seen a
Yeah, she
lot of
has.
styles.
Yes.
So you really can't go in there and underestimate her. So this is a big step up for Cavalcanti, man.
Yeah.
This might be a situation where I would rather seen Cavalcanti fight Irene Aldana because the style matchup was better.
Okay.
But
Irene
we'll see.
Aldana's in hiding.
I don't know where she's at, man. Where
She's
is
in
she?
hiding. She done got her ass whooped too many times. She ain't hiding.
Come on, man. Irene Aldana don't duck, man. Come on.
Hey,
Man.
she ain't hiding, bro. She ain't hiding.
I'm gonna say this for this
on
fight,
social
though.
media like that.
Yeah, she ain't on there like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this for this fight, though, man. Like, honest opinion, I am rooting for I'm rooting for Cavalcanti, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ketlin might go in there and win the fight.
Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite. Like I'm picking Ketlin Vieira to win the fight. I think that because Ketlin's getting older, so I think now she's probably gonna try to step her foot on the gas. Because if we go back a few years ago, Ketlin was the one that everybody was hoping would fight for the belt. Was at one point we were saying give Ketlin Vieira the title shot. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she wants to get that title shot. She wants to fight. So I'm picking up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cavalcanti can piss Ketlin off and get Ketlin being reckless. I would not be surprised if she beat Ketlin Vieira. I would not be surprised at all, bro.
No, I won't either. Like, if she can stick to a strict game plan of just piecing her up and moving, or rock her early, she could get her out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
All right, BJ, but yeah, man, that's a show, man. But was there anything
that
else?
Quick? It's over already.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. I was like, dang, okay.
I was settling in. That's it.
Oh, are you okay? Hold on, I got something else for you then.
Okay, yeah.
We got I heard you over on your channel. I was in and out because when you jumped on, I was kind of taking a nap. But
yeah,
I know you were kind of talking about the title shot picture, and I did have this picture up from the last time, but I ain't even include the Kayla fight because we don't know when that's happening. But what do you think about these 2 fights not being scheduled yet? Title fights here for Dern or the Bullet.
I'm extremely frustrated, dude. Like I texted you earlier and told you, like I'm frustrated, man, because it's like, like I said, the only excuse I'm gonna give for not letting us know what's going on is International Fight Week. Like if he comes out with if Dana White does his International Fight Week announcement and it ain't got title fights for either one of these fights in it, man, like I'm gonna have to go hard on Facebook I'll go hard on YouTube here, man, because you know what I'm saying. You got the fighters, you got fighters like Mackenzie Dern, champion, saying that she signed a fight, but we ain't heard no news about it. Like the fights need promotion. The fights need people talking about them on channels like this, you know what I'm saying, and channels like mine and coaches, etc. You know what I'm saying? Like there's channels that need to be talking about these women's fights, man, and you're not giving us anything to talk about. Like it's been months since Mackenzie Dern fought. It's been a while since Valentina fought. Like, and the point I was trying to make on the video last night was, I remember there was a time where the excuse that the UFC always had was there was nobody that wanted to face so-and-so. It was hard to get a fight for so-and-so. It's not like that anymore. The demographic is not like that anymore in these divisions. There are plenty of title contenders in both of these divisions. There are multiple people, not plenty, but there are multiple people in each division that could be signed to fight for a title in both of these divisions. And you telling me we don't even have the whispers of a title fight between anybody? Not even a whisper. Such and such and such is in talks to fight so and so. Like we don't even have that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it makes you question like what's going on behind the scenes, because I know that Erin Blanchfield wants a title shot. I know that Manon Fiorot wants a title shot. I know that Natalia Silva wants a title shot. I know that Zhang Weili wants to fight for a belt, and I know that Tatiana Suarez wants to fight for the title, and I know Jillian Robinson wants to fight for the title. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's plenty of people who can and that want to and are qualified to fight for the title.
Okay, so what do you think it is? Like, do you think the situation is similar for both divisions, though? Like, I know how you believe about the style of Silva. Like, maybe the UFC is not thinking she's ready, or they don't want her to fight for the belt. But do you think it's like that for the strawweight division too? Do you think they feel like somebody's not ready at strawweight? Like Suarez just had her last shot this last year, and Jillian, do you think they feel she's not ready?
It's gotta be Weili. It's gotta be Weili who Mackenzie Dern was talking about when she posted that shit on her story. It has to be Weili, because it ain't Tatiana Suarez and it ain't Jillian Robinson, because they had fights. This was before either one of them fought their last fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Mackenzie Dern puts on her story, contract signed. So what are we? Who? It had to be Zhang Weili.
Mm-hmm. So you think they just holding it out for International Fight Week?
That's what I think. That's the only excuse I'm giving the UFC.
Do you think with this being International Fight Week, do you think they might be froggish enough to double up title fights on there, you think?
I mean, that's why I said that's the only excuse I'm giving the UFC for why there's been no title announcements for both of these divisions that are hot right now. And I understand, if International Fight Week is what they're waiting on, I understand, because that's a huge event. Like that's a huge like a yearly milestone for the UFC. Like they celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Yeah, why? If that's it, if they don't announce these two title fights for International Fight Week, then I'm gonna have to really go hard, because then what are we waiting? What is going on? By now we should have a title. We should have something. And what's weird is none of the contenders are matched to fight anybody right now. So we can't even do process of elimination right now. Erin Blanchfield doesn't have a fight book that we know of. Manon doesn't have a fight book that we know of. Natalia doesn't have a fight book that we know of. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can understand if they say, oh, Erin Blanchfield versus Natalia Silva, then we would say, okay, well, they're not fighting for the belt. They must be giving a shot to Manon. You know what I'm saying? Or if they say Yan Xiaonan versus Tatiana Suarez, okay, those two are out, so it's got to be Zhang Weili or Jillian Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So like that, there's not even a process of elimination that we can go off of.
Right. That's what makes it so crazy. It's like,
we,
before we could do the math, but now it's like you can't even do that, because the top 5 isn't really matched up to anybody. You know, so I get that. Like I told you, That's why I said when people keep saying, "Oh, Aaron might have a fight." No, I'm telling you, heard it from Fatima Klein. She got a fight. Like I said, Fatima says she got a fight, which we all see the E-Boss, but Aaron, doesn't, due to the UFC saying that the flyweight division is heavy right now, as her words, are filled up. So I'm like, so what do they have going on? So do they have Natalia fighting for the belt, and then do they have Manon and Alexa in plan? Like, what's going on in the top five that they can't get Aaron a fight?
Yeah.
So we know, yes, that's kind of jacked up there. So there's really nothing to just like narrow things down, because even like you said, if they felt like Natalia is not game for the belt or something, we don't even have her lined up to fight anybody else.
To fight anybody, right? We don't have them lined up to fight anybody.
And then of course when we go to strawweight, I know you ain't gonna never let this girl. You ain't gonna never let her rest. Yan Xiaonan ain't lined up to fight nobody.
Man, that's what, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, man, don't piss me off with Yan Xiaonan, dude. Like, Yan Xiaonan is somewhere, man. Yan Xiaonan hiding, dude. Like, Yan Xiaonan, man, she got beat up and she been gone.
Come on,
like, is she gonna fight it? Like, who is Yan Xiaonan? Like, realistically, who does she fight? Tatiana Suarez or Jillian Robinson?
When she won her last fight, she did beat Ricci.
That's right, she did beat Ricci.
Yeah,
but dang, when was that? That was 2025.
Yeah, that was 2025.
That was like early 25.
I thought she got. I mean, I've seen her online now, but I'm not just saying, like, did she get injured? Like, was there ever an injury put out there?
I ain't seen no reports. I ain't seen. Let me look up on Tapology. Because Tapology will tell you if it was a cancel fight or something. But
no cancel fight. Oh no, you know what? After the Ricci fight, she lost to Jandiroba last year.
I was about to say, I thought she went out on an L.
She did. That was about a year ago now.
Yeah. So it's been. I'm about to say that was a while ago when she fought Ricci.
Yeah.
She lost to Viana Jandiroba in April 2025. Yeah. So she's been out for over a year now.
And I was shaking my head that whole time. Okay, yeah. So that fight happened. So since she went out on an L on that, she need to fight down. Like, she need to fight, man. She need to fight Lupi or Lemos or somebody.
Lupi or Lemos. Man. And banana. Okay, so Fatima Klein is booked to fight Amanda Ebas, because I was gonna say Amanda Ebas, but okay, Fatima Klein fight. Yeah, man. I mean, Lemos or Lupi, that makes perfect sense.
Because they all coming off of L's. Lupi coming
they
off
all
of
coming
L.
off of L. Yeah, they coming off of L's. Dang. Defeated to Jillian Robertson won.
He said feeded it. No, I would make Jillian and Suarez before I do that.
Jillian and Suarez, okay. Yeah. I wonder, they both carry that kind of. I don't care what anybody says. Jillian kind of got that mean girl energy too. You know what I'm saying? Like she's Jillian is like, I wouldn't say she's overconfident, but she just looks at girls like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy how she like this. She's so bubbly and friendly, you know what I'm saying? But when she does stare-offs, like her stare-offs are like Jillian looking right at you, like she ain't blinking or nothing. Like she looking right at you. You know what I'm saying? But
I never thought of Jillian as like a mean girl. I always thought her as like I don't know, like she's a fighter, but yeah, she's different outside of the cage. Like when she fights though, she's like a killer, but very timid outside of the cage, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's but she's still kind of like mean girly in a way, like nice, like subtle mean girl. Like there's some mean girl in there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Suarez is the same way. Like Suarez looks at girls on. Like you got to look at their body language and face off. Like Suarez look at girls like she looking down on them. Like, psh. Like that's how Suarez look at girls. And I'll be like, man, like that. I've been looking forward to fighter stare-offs. I do, man, because I be like, I like to see the energy they bring. Like the minute when Juliana Pena faced off with Amanda Nunes that first time, I was like, bruh, like Juliana Pena ain't scared of this woman. You know what I'm saying? And I knew
was a good stare down. That was a good stare down.
That was a great stare down. Yeah, that was a great stare down. I was like, yeah, this about to go down. It's about
I
to
don't
go
know,
down.
something about Pena, man. Whenever when Pena does that, like it makes it look better or something to me. I'm just when she just is like focused in on fights like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Juliana, I'm telling you, dude, she's yeah, I'm ready for her to come back too. But I really hope to see that I really, like I said, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for International Fight Week, that when they do the
Yeah.
announcement for that we get the announcement.
All right, let's go back to flyweight though, man. Like we looking at the top 5, right? Do you have the top 5 pulled up right now?
I can pull it. It won't take me but a second.
All right, let's look at the top 5, top 6. No, let's look at the whole top 15, BJ. Let's
Okay,
play some
I
match.
was about
You
to
said
say
you weren't ready to go yet. Let's play some
we
matchmaking
gotta
here.
look at the whole. If you're looking at flat, we gotta look at the whole rankings, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Can't look at
Let
no
me get
6
that
here.
pulled up.
We need all of it. So, because we gotta see some signs here. Somebody got to fight down. Somebody deserves to fight up, and I gotta see your take on it too.
Well, Combo trying to put a video clip together. I see what you're doing.
Wow. Oh, we're gonna hook you up over there, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at it now. What you asking?
All right, so we don't have a title fight schedule. We don't even have like a top 5 schedule for, like a title eliminator after whoever fights for the belt. So we kind of in confusion there, but even down the line now, even like we say with Miranda out and looking at the bottom half here, like who do we see fighting up from here? Who do we see fighting having to fight down? Like how would you play matchmaker if we started from the bottom?
Having to fight down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that Tracy Cortez and Macy Barber are gonna have to fight down.
Okay.
I think those two fighters are gonna have to really. It's time for them two to kind of get back to the drawing board and fight somebody come on the up and come up to get some confidence back. You know what I'm saying? Like it's both time for them to do that, because Macy only lost one fight, but it was in devastating fashion. That one finish, that one knockout was all of the messed up split decisions and close fights that Macy had. Like
wow.
coming back to haunt her at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like really, it was.
And I mean, that's a harsh reality spoken.
That's
right
a
there.
harsh reality. Yeah, like all the Macy skating by, like it caught up with her. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna have to fight down. They're gonna have to fight the Wayne Kongs. They're gonna have to fight the Casey O'Neills. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even a JJ Aldrich. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the UFC will give JJ Aldrich that push now that she's in the top 15 again. They'll let her fight up. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. But just jumping out at me, I see Wayne Kong and Casey O'Neill fighting up, and I see Macy Barber and Tracy Cortez fighting down. So maybe they can make those two pairings somehow. Pair those four up somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And make it happen.
Okay, so word is, I'll tell you now, word is Tracy Cortez and Wayne Kong are about to be scheduled to fight. Let me see if there's any updates, because I saw somebody posted up a little while, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was sick. And I was going to do a video because, Tracy Cortez, Wayne Kong was calling her out big time. She was calling her and Bannon out, but she was really sticking to Cortez after she beat Eduardo Mora. And they're trying to get that into working. But yeah, that could be a situation because, I agree with you. Cortez got to fight down. She's got to fight down. And that Wayne Kong fight would be perfect for Wayne, because I think Wayne needs to fight somebody that can wrestle too, So that's a good matchup. Casey O'Neill, most definitely. That last fight, I like her improvements on the feet. I really like what I saw from that setup of the knockout. It shows me that she's thinking. And I think even if that long left, man, if you can do something like that, you deserve to fight up. You deserve to fight up. So Wayne, fight up. Casey definitely needs to fight up. So with that being said, if Tracy and Wayne get matched up, Macy and Casey.
Macy, but I think Macy will be out. You know what I'm saying? I think Macy will be out. That was the first person that stood out to me. But
Okay.
I think that Macy will be out for a while, so maybe she won't be ready for when Casey's ready. Somebody that will be ready, you know what I'm saying, by the time Casey's ready to fight again is Jasmine
Uh-oh.
Jazz Divizius. It's Jasmine Jazz Divizius. That's the
Oh,
fight combo. That is the fight. And I think that the UFC won't be mad at her fighting down. You know what I'm saying? Because Casey O'Neill is a good, if you're gonna fight down for somebody like Jazzy, then why not Casey? That's a good name. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's somebody that brings, you know what I'm saying, a fan base. It's got some followers. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good fight to gauge where they at.
Yeah. I would do that one too, like in Canada or something. Jazzy
Yeah.
versus Casey in Canada. Because yeah, that could bring a good, fan base for both of them. Or if they do it in Australia, I'm sure Casey would be down with that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be the next best one. But man, like what you said about Macy, that's what I've been saying too, like for a while, is like Macy's been getting all of these close fights where, Grasso was working up the ladder.
Yes.
And then she underestimated Grasso. Grasso may have lost the belt, but Grasso had something in her, man. And
Grasso, dude,
erased
Grasso.
Grasso erased everything we was saying about her, like
I'm
Natalia.
telling you, dude. Grasso took. I'm telling you, she did, dude.
Man,
She took it. She shut everybody up about her. You know what I'm saying? She
hey,
let it know it's still Grasso era. Like it's still Grasso era. Like it's back in full effect, dog. I gotta do a video, and I've been meaning to do a video on that. But yeah, the Grasso era is back, dude. Like that was a spectacular
hey, look,
knockout.
them big hands Grasso had, she put them right back to work again,
But
man.
I'm telling you, bro, them big hands, bro. Them big hands got some power, bro. She do got
Hmm.
some big hands, though.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
do.
But really
Okay,
though,
so
but women come on real quick, but
yeah,
it's important for these fighters that are ranked like 6 and below. It's or 10, 8 and below. It's important for them to be ready, dude. Like they need to be ready
yeah.
because
Hmm.
they're gonna some of these girls having to fight down. That's the spot that they want to get to.
Right.
They want that spot. You know what I'm saying? Casey O'Neill wants that top 10 spot. Jasmine Jasdivizius, she can take her right out. She can take out Tracy Cortez. She can take out whoever. Even Macy Barber. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time. It's getting ready to get
Look,
real interesting.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I'm hard on some of these girls like Casey, because if you ain't prepared in the right area, it's like you can get caught quick. You can get caught quick. They'll set you up in there with somebody that you ain't prepared for, and you could get finished. But with the way Casey looked in her last fight, that's how you need to be looking to get up to this top.
Yeah.
Because they might be calling her for the Jasmine fight. Shoot, they could call her
Right.
for Rose, man.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
she could be, or again, Macy's been online training. Macy's been back saying, she
Yeah.
coming back. She's been online hitting the mitts and training again. So Macy could be that one.
Yeah.
You just never know. So you have to be prepared for these type of matches. And if you gunning for that spot, your skills have got to be in that right area to get these girls out. Because again, what we saw Casey do against Gabby was impressive. So that can be taken into a fight with Jasmine at this point.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for these styles, and you got to be ready for these calls, because they're gonna be calling. I think they're gonna be calling Casey for. I'm telling you, it's either gonna be, if Rose's eye is good at a certain point, she gonna get the Macy call, Jasmine call, or Rose call here.
See the thing that can work in Casey O'Neill's favor is everybody's gonna underestimate her.
Hmm.
Everybody's going to underestimate her. The matchmaker, I mean, not the matchmakers, the betting odds are going to underestimate her. You know what I'm saying? Like the fan base is going to underestimate her. Like the fighter, her opponent is going to underestimate her. I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's on Casey. It's on Casey to win. Whatever fight she gets next is up to her. And
Hmm.
if she can win another fight, a fight up. Man, we got to put her in there with a Casey. I mean, with an Aaron or a Manon or somebody, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
mean
she,
it'll be time then, because
yeah,
if she can graduate to the mid rankings by beating a mid rank fighter, she needs to start fighting in that position, because she's young, but we never know how injuries can attack. So you need to go ahead and like secure a good spot above, that can
But the same is for Wayne Cohn too, though. The
oh
same
yeah,
as
yeah.
for Wayne Cohn, but I just don't know. Like the thing about Wayne Cohn that bothers me, you know what I'm saying, is I don't think that she is as well rounded as like a Casey O'Neill. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that she has the skill set to fight everywhere. Let's say Wayne Cohn runs into, you know what I'm saying, a Tracy Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Like, they her fighting Tracy Cortez, that's a perfect example. Tracy Cortez is good. Like let's not start a narrative that Tracy Cortez is not a good fighter. She's a solid fighter and she's hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? So
right. But we gotta remember she's good, but we gotta remember what's bugging her right now too. Like she let a lot of stuff kind of take her off course.
Yeah, that's true too. She ain't as focused. But how is she gonna deal with these girls taking? How's she gonna deal with a Jasmine? Let's say she fight Jasmine. How's she gonna deal with Jasmine trying to take her down?
That's why I like the Wayne Cohn call for that fight.
Yeah, she did. She called for it. Yeah,
she inducted. She was like, when she beat Eduardo Mora, who she struggled with, she called for another wrestler. She called for a Tracy Cortez. She was like, I want that fight next.
She did.
I think that's the perfect fight to get her prepared for it. It's going to force her to grapple and wrestle in her training, next go around. So I think with that being said, it's letting you know that she will come in that fight prepared and she is ready to be well-rounded, like I think she got that wake-up call when she got submitted by Gabby, because she was believing in that power too much. And then it was like, okay, now I got to start beating these girls up, and I got to start adjusting. So that's the perfect name for her. I think, whereas, Casey, I was saying, she need improving her striking. She's doing that. She's doing that. Looking at the 1 through 6 though, now, like as you move up, who do you think in there is going to be matched up?
1 through 6. Oh man, see. It's hard to call that for Natalia and Aaron right now. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to match them up with anybody right now because literally either one of them could get the title shot. I would say what I want to see 1 through 6. I want to see Alexa Grasso versus Manon Fior. Like I want to see that fight. Like bring on Alexa Grasso versus Manon Fior, man, because woo. Like
that fight make my stomach hurt, man.
Yeah, man. Manon might be in trouble, dude. Like she might be in trouble.
There you go.
I'm just saying, dude. Like I'm not
there you go. He ready to pick against Manon again.
Bro, look at what Speed did to Manon. Look at the speed of Valentina, and you could argue that Alexa Grasso faster than Valentina. You could make that argument. You know what I'm saying?
Look at what she's faster. I would say she's
slicker.
Got better timing.
Yeah.
Because Valentina was faster than Grasso in a lot of exchanges. It was just that Grasso's timing is better.
Right. But look at what speed and timing does. Look at Valentina's speed versus Alexa Grasso's speed and Valentina's speed versus Manon's speed. Like Manon, Alexa is still much faster than Manon Fior. Alexa is, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the thing for me is the speed and the way that Manon enters, the way she approaches strikers is different than the way she approaches grapples. Like the way she approached Jasmine, she didn't approach Valentina like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she seems to kind of want to. I don't even know if it's even you can even call it putting pressure on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird what Manon does. She does come forward with some pressure, but Grasso, man, like when they start wrapping it up, like when they start exchanging, Grasso might drop Manon in that fight. I mean,
I know you just want to say that, but I'm just saying this. I'm gonna give you the real though,
bro. Grasso got that thigh out in her punches, bro.
She
Grasso got that thigh out.
But see what I see, when I look at the Valentina fight and the Macy fight. First of all, Manon ain't Macy. Manon is not Macy. Like Manon is much better than Macy when it
And
comes
think
to
about this: we
striking.
was trying to match up Macy versus Manon.
Right, and Manon probably would have did the same thing to Macy. That's what I see. All right, so you got to remember, Manon's fought a lot of top level strikers now.
She has.
And she's beat them by fighting them at their game, and whether it be point fighting or close, she's done enough to win these fights because of her speed and her volume, her strength. Like when she beat Chikagan and Rose, they might have been close, but she still won them. And to me, that's kind of what gets to Alexa Grasso. Like when you start jabbing and you start boxing Alexa Grasso and not fighting Alexa Grasso, that's when her boxing kind of falls short. Because if you go look at Natalia Silva, point fight, right? Valentina, when she was winning against Grasso, point fight, until Valentina got on the inside, that's where Grasso was landing, right? Macy Barber went straight in. You saw what happened. But I think Manon is a better point fighter. Grasso's the better boxer, I think, when it comes to you putting the punches together. But I think the better point fighter here is Manon, and then the strength favors Manon too. But we just never know. That's what makes the fight so nervous on edge, because Grasso has that power in her hands, but she also doesn't really position herself to kick either too. So it's not like
that's true.
Manon has to see kicks coming. So,
but Manon throws a lot of blind kicks.
Not really. She throws side kicks from the outside. So like when she throws them and you grab her, she pulls off because she's like already halfway out.
Yeah, but she was getting like Valentina was countering her to hell off them blind kicks she was throwing.
It wasn't even really like off blind kicks. It was just like her standing there and just being blinded by her Valentina's speed.
I see that. I don't know, man. Like that fight is, there is a lot of intangibles that go into a matchup between Manon Fiore and Alexa Grasso. But off rip, like first look, I'm seeing Grasso winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of her speed, like her speed and timing. And I think Manon.
I don't see it that easy. Like I don't see her winning. That's why I want to see it. I think it's really like close to being a 50-50 fight. Like I still don't think you give Manon credit for what she does, honestly. Like, because if you really see it, you'll see what she's able to do against her, but you'll be able to see Grasso's got the power advantage. But again, physical advantage and point advantage is like.
But Manon kind of slow though.
Slow, like how slow compared to who? Like, I mean, Grasso's fast with the hands, but Manon's kicks are faster. Like the way she stabs these girls with kicks.
But look how big the gap of difference was in speed with Valentina when she fought Valentina versus the gap of speed when Grasso fought Valentina. It was much closer with Grasso. Like Grasso,
but speed don't even win fights like that. Because Rose was a little bit quicker than Manon, but she couldn't win that fight.
That's Rose.
But still, Rose is a striker too, right? Rose, a lot of people picking Rose to beat Grasso. So I'm just matching up these strikers that, use speed and use timing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't explain it, man. But just Grasso, like Manon is big and kind of plotty though. Like she is.
I don't really see her as plotty.
I don't think she matches Grasso in speed.
I don't think she matches her in speed, like hand speed, but foot speed, I'm going to get at the Manon, like kicks and just getting out of the way. Because again, look at what Valentina was able to do when she's turned on. Even look at what Natalia was able to do. Like, was Grasso able to land his big power shot on Natalia Silva?
No. She did a couple good jabs.
Why wasn't she able to land?
That's because she was moving.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Manon does enough to move. Like you ain't got to be the fastest person, but if you're not on the inside, and that's what I'm really afraid of. Like if Manon chooses to bang on the inside, that's where she's in trouble. But if she fights like a fighter that point fights and uses kicks, Grasso is gonna be in trouble on the cards. I think you just refuse to see it. You just refuse to see it.
I get
You
what
don't
you're
see
saying,
if you can't
man.
see that, then you can't see why Valentina won these other fights against Grasso. Because when Grasso stopped, when Valentina stopped staying in the pocket, Valentina was able to jab Grasso to death, and she was able to take her down. It wasn't until Valentina was in these pockets that she was getting hit with big shots.
I guess you're right.
No,
As a matter of fact,
right.
you
It's just
are
off
right.
of what's being shown. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm watching these fights. And
Yes.
if you really go back and watch and just say, okay, Manon is plotty, she's gonna get hit. Since when has Manon been a toe-to-toe fighter?
But Natalia Silva would do the same thing to Manon that she did to Grasso.
I doubt it. I doubt that because Manon fights different than Grasso. Grasso is a boxer that comes forward. Manon throws more kicks, and I think Manon would get to the clinch and be strong enough to slow Natalia down because she's stronger and bigger.
Yeah, okay. I just see Alexa Grasso whooping her. I see Alexa Grasso tagging Manon Fiore, like just tag.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, at least I'm giving you a reason why. Though. I'm just saying, like, I don't see it that way because again, styles make fights. Like, I want to see this fight because I think it's really like that puncher's chance from Grasso, but also I see Manon having her way with Grasso in these areas because how they match up. Like, that's just honest. Like, I'm just saying, like, anything can happen in this fight. I don't see Grasso going in there scoring this one punch knockout. Manon is not Macy.
But Manon has bad defense.
She doesn't have horrible defense like against like a fighter
not
like
that good, but she gets hit a lot.
She doesn't get hit like a lot. Like, and when she does, it's when she's on the exit. So she knows how to take a lot of power off of these punches. Again, it's mostly from girls that throw head kicks. Grasso don't really throw kicks.
Yeah, she be getting kicked in the head. She be getting kicked in the head. That's true. I don't know, man. I guess we'll have to see if that fight gets announced, man, because we gonna always see different. I just see Manon not being as quick and as agile as Alexa Grasso if they were to ever fight.
Yeah. I mean, I see that Grasso is faster with the hands. Grasso's definitely faster with her hands just because it's second nature with her boxing. But like, again, I mean, her downfall has been getting physical with girls, right? Like, she couldn't get up from Valentina. You know, it's always been her downfall throughout her fights. Now, her best wins are when girls box with her, you know, and her best moments in Valentina's fights when they box with her, you know. So I'm just calling it straight up, man. Like, I know you like I said, you're gonna do whatever it is to pick against Manon. Like, I just don't see how you missing the thing, man.
I don't like Manon.
I mean, you missing everything. At least I give you the truth about Casey, but you can't tell me one thing good about Manon. Like,
no, I'm not saying that Manon is not good. I'm not saying.
I mean, you can't even tell me like, oh, this is what Manon will do in a fight. It's just like, oh yeah, she get knocked out. I'm like, come on, tell me something, man.
Now, like, okay, this is the thing about Manon. Manon is good, but sometimes Manon doesn't pull the trigger when she should. Like, Manon, according to you, even you thought that there was moments that Manon could have got people out of there that she didn't get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Manon is good, but she can be predictable, and that's why Valentina has so much success on her throughout the fight because she was very predictable. Even other fighters like Casey O'Neill said it, like all she does is throw sidekick after sidekick. She's like, I can't wait to fight her one day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what? She didn't even throw any sidekicks in some of her last fights. Like, she didn't even throw any sidekicks in like a couple of the fights like against Aaron. She didn't, you know.
That's true.
And that's crazy coming from Casey because Casey was predictable. That's why I kept saying at the beginning was Casey is not going to make it until she makes some changes. Like, Casey was predictable. So I can't really take Casey's word for it. I'm just saying, man.
He said I can't take Casey's word for it. No, like, of course, you know, Manon being big and strong, she could really big sister Grasso in there. Like, I'm not saying that she can't beat Grasso. She could. But Grasso, to me, that in that area, as far as just like speed and agility and accuracy, I think Grasso beats Manon in those areas of a fight. Like as far as like speed and accuracy and agility, those boxes get checked off for Alexa Grasso. You know what I'm saying? I think now physicality, you know what I'm saying, and IQ may be a little bit better for on Manon's side of it. You know what I'm saying? But still,
even jab. Honestly, I think
the
Manon win the
jab,
jab
Manon's got a stiff jab. She's got a
in
stiff
a
jab.
in a good right hook too. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
she
saying.
does.
Like if she
And
throws
that good,
these, oh, go ahead.
that lead check hook is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just looking, man. I don't know about you. My stomach hurt because it's a good fight, and I know there's that ability she could get caught, but I also know there's ability like Grasso could get beat. It's a good fight. Like I just don't see this being like some type of easy fight. Like Grasso ain't had an easy fight. You know what I mean? Like none of these girls are gonna be easy.
Right. Right.
Like honestly, if you want the truth, like like no, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx the fight.
Okay, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I don't even want to jinx it like that because I do want a good fight. I want a good fight. I don't even want to bring up the Italian still fight. No, I was like,
That's
but
okay.
yeah.
I mean, hey, go ahead. You might as well. Shoot. This is
Oh
the
well,
mashup, dog.
well, yeah. I just kind of see it being similar to the Silva fight in some ways because of the movement and the kicks. You know, like the
So you
movements.
think Manon could keep that up through a whole fight like Natalia?
Not the, well, they both do it differently. I mean, we see Manon do it 5 rounds with Aaron, you know, so I think she could do that 5 rounds with Grasso. And you know, Aaron, she's a little bit unpredictable. She'll actually throw up a kick every now and then. Like,
True.
I didn't really see Grasso throw any kicks, you know.
Grasso don't be throwing no kicks, man. You the first person to really point that out. He was like, what's up with the lack of kicks from Grasso? Like she'll throw a leg kick every now and then, but that's usually about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she's afraid of being taken down, though. I think Grasso don't want to. I think it's second nature for her. Even though her grappling's gotten better, I think it's second nature for her to not be reckless with kicks, to be taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that could have something to do with it.
But you never know. Like, it could be like that type of fight, or it could be like a Izzy Strickland type of fight where Grasso's boxing IQ is enough to beat a striker that she can pressure. But I just don't see. Now, Grasso, if she was bigger, like, oh man, if Grasso's like same size as Manon or similar, and she put pressure on, she could do that. But I just don't see her being able to do that against Manon because I just think she's not too small, but
she's smaller for sure.
Yeah, she's just smaller, but it's just her pressure sometimes it's lacking. Like it's lacking something. Like
it's like she don't pressure enough.
Not enough.
Like she's pressuring, but she's not close enough.
Not close enough. Yeah,
right.
It's not, or either that, like her opponent gets off first. Like Valentina would get off, and Natalia would get off. But the thing that just made the fight with Valentina so interesting, Valentina wanted to stand in there, and I was like, wow, like when she stood in there, Grasso, she sits down on him, man. She sits down on him. So
she sits down. She sits down. Grasso,
and that's my main thing. Girl. What'd you say?
She rolling and folding.
And that's my that is my main thing going into this fight. Like, if Grasso can set up anything, because I know these boxers, like if you can set up a punch on that chin, and if Manon pulls back too much in the fight, it's there. But Manon's boxing, and to me, is getting better, and that's been their focus too.
It
has
got better.
Step it up. Like, I can't really say like, oh man, like it's gonna be the same type of fight in the past or anything like that. I'm hoping to see a different Alexa and Manon here.
Yeah, that would be good. It would be good to see them evolve. But I think Grasso showed us a better Grasso in the fight with Macy, though. Like the way she was striking, the way she was fighting with confidence and coming forward. I like that. Like she made Macy uncomfortable. That's why she forced the opening out of Macy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was good
Gotcha.
talk. I mean,
Yes, sir. But,
you like to drive something out of me and like to go in with this, man.
but it's been 2 hours and 12 minutes on the mashup, bro. This might be our longest mashup episode ever.
I think so, yeah, because I know when it was
Yeah.
like hour and a half or something, or hour and 14, you was like, "Oh, we just getting started." I was like, "Okay, shoot."
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I was ready to talk. I was ready to talk tonight. This has been a fantastic episode, bro. Is it me or are these episodes just getting better?
I think they get better, and that's what we
Yeah,
always want, right? We get better,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
These episodes get better and better. I look forward to it every time, man. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, it's the it's the mashup tonight, man. These episodes, and they good to go back and listen to, man. They're a good listen, like while you working and stuff like that. They're definitely a good listen, man. If you ain't tuning into the mashup, then you ain't there.
Yeah. Man, I hate to do it, man, but let me ask you this last thing.
What you got?
So you stand on that, man, and I ain't gonna disagree. I just want you to give your straight thoughts. You still standing on you thinking Aaron has done enough to get over on Natalia on this one, man?
As far as the title shot,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. I think it could be either one of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it could be either one of them. Either one of them, I would be okay with. The only problem I have is people saying that it shouldn't be Aaron. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, why shouldn't it be Aaron? You know, like, why couldn't it be Aaron? Aaron Blanchfield, man. And she's made it clear, like her and Fatima Klein, they've made it clear who Aaron's got her eyes on. You know, I think that'll be a big thing for Aaron. But I think Aaron, first of all, she checks all the boxes as the title contender. You know what I'm saying? No, Mike Lee, I'm not stopping it. I'm being real here, okay? Okay, Mike Lee, you stay in the comments and you listen to what I'm saying, okay? you stay and you listen to what I'm saying. But no, Aaron Blanchfield, man, first of all, the mentality it doesn't matter who the champion is. Like, take Valentina out of the equation. Take Valentina out. Let's say the champion was still Alexa Grasso. It doesn't matter. Like, Aaron Blanchfield has earned her opportunity to fight for the title, no matter who the champion is. She has earned that. You know what I'm saying? And she has fought all of these fights and only lost one. And to me, it was a good fight. It was a good competitive fight. Other than that, she has not come close to losing a fight in the UFC. She has not come close to losing a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, let's put some oh, he does.
I didn't have that set up either, man. I was just messing around. I said, let me do this to him. Like,
oh, he got I had my eyes closed, talking, open my eyes and see that. Like, wait a minute, what? No, man, like she hadn't come close to losing, man. So, you know, it's Erin is ready. She's ready. And people have this weird thing about Aaron Blanchfield where they think that she's like a B level fighter or something like that. I don't get where that comes from. I don't get how people can come to the conclusion that Natalia Silva, like, if you guys are really Natalia Silva fans, if you are really Natalia Silva fans, and come, I'm so glad that I did the episode last night because I want to talk about this on here tonight. I'm so glad you brought this up. As a Natalia Silva fan, do y'all want Natalia Silva to have that 5-round experience before she fights for a title? Y'all should want that for your fighter. Y'all should want Natalia Silva to have that tool in her belt to go in there and fight for that belt. If she don't have it, would you rather see her fight them give her a 5-round fight against somebody on a main event fight night or whatever? Or would you rather see her get in there and get in the 4th and 5th round and be winded and gassed? You know what I'm saying? Like,
DJ be selling it, boy. Listen to him.
I'm just saying, like, what would you rather see? I wouldn't want if my fighter had never fought 5 rounds, I wouldn't want my fighter to go in there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Mackenzie Dern, when they gave Mackenzie Dern the title shot, how many 5-round fights has Mackenzie Dern been in? You know what I'm saying? She was ready. She was ready. Aaron Blanchfield, how many 5-rounders has Aaron Blanchfield been in? She's ready. She is ready. We ain't got to worry about, and we ain't got to question the skill set of Erin Blanchfield. That's one thing we definitely don't have to question. And there's no open holes that we have to question in Erin Blanchfield's game. Like there's nothing, like there's question marks over Natalia Silva's capabilities of what she can do. You know what I'm saying? There's no Erin Blanchfield has left no stone unturned when it comes to assessing her as a fighter and assessing her skill set. You know what I'm saying? And she's had that 5-round experience. She's had that main event experience. Erin Blanchfield is ready to fight for the title. And Natalia Silva, I think, could use one more fight to make sure that she's 100% ready to fight for the title. That's just my stance on it. That's my stance on it.
So would you say it's like similar to like Jillian then, like Jillian Robertson? Because that's what
Absolutely,
I was kind of
yes.
about
Yes.
Jillian. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jillian has not had that 5-round experience. Jillian has not had that main event experience. She needs that before. That's why I said I would be 100% okay with her fight. Like I said, same thing about Natalia. If Natalia gets the title shot, Natalia gets the title shot. She's earned it. She's deserved it. You know what I'm saying? She deserves it. Jillian Robertson, the same thing. But as a Jillian Robertson fan, I want to see her get a 5-round fight against like a Yan Xiaonan or something like that to make sure that she can push. Like Jillian needs to know that she can push because she can't. You're not gonna be able to finish everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you know sometimes you're gonna have to push and you're gonna have to keep fighting. I don't want to see Natalia be put into that situation. You know what I'm saying? To where we are 4 rounds deep in a fight with Valentina and this girl can barely move because she gassed because she's been flitting around the octagon the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, can she do that for 5 rounds? These are questions that the Natalia Silva fans should be asking. Why I'm not a Natalia Silva fan like that, and I'm asking the questions. The question are, why are you Natalia Silva fans not asking the question? You guys should be. You guys should want this for your fighter. Erin Blanchfield, she been there, done that, baby. She been there, done that. Been there, done that. Wrap that up, sign it up, deliver it, send it out. She done that already. She's more ready to. The bottom line is she's more ready to fight for the title than Natalia Silva. I will stand on that.
I'm gonna. You don't have to explain it tonight, but maybe for me, like, I know you think she's ready and not just done enough, but style wise, just like I did with Manon and Grasso, you might have to do a video and break it down for me on what you think Erin can do against Valentina. But I will say this, like, I think for me personally, I think, Natalia, off of what she's done is enough, you know. But of course, there are questions that need to be answered. And I think the only way we can answer that is in a title fight at this point. Because I think sometimes a fighter's gift is going to get them there faster, right? And then there's not going to be anything else for them to show in the meantime. Because if they beat 7 or 8 people in a row, fine. Not everybody's going to have to do that, you know, because I know you use that measure too off for you know, the beast. Like, she ain't done this or done this, but hey, she was done enough to get to the title, and she
get to the title.
She
got to the title
to possibly pull off an upset. But
I think when 5-round fight too, she had that 5-round fight.
Yeah, I think for Erin though, I would like to see Erin. Since Erin lost that Manon fight like a couple years ago, it kind of shows some things that she could still work on to get better, to really, really be ready for a belt. Like, I think her last couple fights definitely were good, but I think in the meantime, while Natalia's challenging for the belt, I think Erin has that time now to do some more work. You know what I mean? Like, to get better and not just be another contender, but do something to really be a champion, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I say I got to keep looking at Erin again and just seeing what she could do against a Valentina at this point, you know, because Valentina, like, her jab, her check right hook, them things are just so turned on now in her last few fights, because Valentina's like in a position now where she's like, oops, I got caught slipping. And now that she's turned on, it's like a lot of these girls almost look outgunned again, you know?
But Erin Blanchfield has turned it on as well. Erin Blanchfield has also turned it up. You know what I'm saying? Like she's also peaking right now because the way Tracy was boxing her face off in the first round, then gassed. That is not how that happened. That is not how that happened.
What? Who
Aaron
said that?
Blanchfield, the robot said Tracy was boxing her face off in the first round and then gassed.
Wow.
That's not what. Like, is that how you saw the fight? Is that how the fight happened? I mean, come on. Anyways, Aaron Blanchfield to me, man, like somebody who fights like that. You know what I'm saying? And training in Thailand, you know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting to see a lot of improvement. Listen, a lot more of these fighters need to be going to Thailand. And I think now there was no better time for Aaron Blanchfield to go to Thailand than to be possibly in front of a fight with Valentina Shevchenko. Aaron Blanchfield already has decent striking. Let's not say she can't strike. You know what I'm saying? She boxed Andrade's face off. Since we're going to talk about boxing people's face off, Aaron Blanchfield did that. So now Aaron Blanchfield can come out here and show an improved striking game in her next fight. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a title fight or not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm expecting that in her next fight, we see some improvements in that. Fighters who train in Thailand, there's a trend, guys. Fighters who train in Thailand seem to be better when they return. Look at Khalil Roundtree Jr. Look at that huge leap in his striking that he took. You know what I'm saying? Came out looking like a Muay Thai fighter and broke and shattered Modestas Bukauskas' knee in that fight with a Muay Thai kick to the knee, shattered the dude's knee. You know what I'm saying? Look at Casey O'Neill coming back, getting a big knockout over Gabriela Fernandez, almost knocking her out on her feet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the improvements that these fighters make. So I'm expecting to see that from Aaron. Don't be surprised if you see if it's a title fight or not, to see an improved Aaron Blanchfield. Be on the lookout. Bolo, be on the lookout for Aaron Blanchfield. I'm telling you, man, Aaron Blanchfield is the truth. She is the truth. There's a lot of truths at 125 pounds, but she's damn near one of them for sure. So, her chances against Valentina, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight.
Hey.
Aaron Blanchfield ain't gonna go away easy. I can tell you that. And if Valentina get reckless in there, and if Aaron Blanchfield can get her hands on Valentina, listen, we're not talking about a fighter the size of Bannon here. We're talking about Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what if Alexa Grasso can submit Valentina, Aaron Blanchfield most definitely can submit Valentina Shevchenko. And the thing about Aaron Blanchfield, if she gets to a position where she can land some heavy ground and pound on Valentina, she's definitely going to. So we'll see. We'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just have to I'm a fan of Aaron, man. But this version of Valentina, I just have to really see what she gonna do to pull off like something different. Like the last couple fights I thought were, well, of course, Grasso. That third fight, I knew Valentina had that on lock. But when I went back and watched even like Valentina versus Grasso, the first fight, Grasso just had like a style that she really, Valentina wasn't familiar with,
Yeah.
And then of course Bannon, I thought like with her size and what she's seen Grasso do, she would have capitalized in some ways, which it was a tough fight, but she stayed in the whole fight, but still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Then of course Weili didn't have nothing. She had no business being at 125. Let's be
no
real.
Business. No business, dude. No business whatsoever.
But I just really need to know, like, for me, and not asking you here, but I'm just saying for Aaron, like, where does Aaron become tricky for Valentina? Like, where does she take where does she take Valentina that she's never been before, or to really kind of shake Valentina's mental up here?
I don't think she can really take Valentina somewhere she's never been before. I think that she's just gonna take her to her world and drown her. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron can dominate anybody on the ground, just like Natalia Silva can outstrike anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, her, the same as Natalia Silva having chances to beat Valentina on the feet, Aaron has those chances to beat her on the ground. Like, and that's Aaron's. The feet is Natalia's world. The ground is Aaron's world, you know, and they're both dangerous from their perspective places. You know, both of them are very dangerous. That's where they get their finishes. You know, Natalia's had her finishes. Her finishes have mostly come on the feet. Aaron's have mostly come on the ground. You know, so I mean, they're two different type of. They're not written in the same font. They present their own challenge. They both present their own challenges. But I know this. I know Valentina will be ready for both of them, whichever one it is that won't come to challenge her. Valentina's gonna be ready, and they both know that. They know that. They know they know what's ahead of them, bro. They know what's ahead of them. They've been watching Valentina for years. Both of these girls know exactly what's ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to not think that they would be ready, that they wouldn't be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't think that they wouldn't be ready for that.
No, I think they're both coming for it. At this point, between Natalia, she's had the time to train for it. And yeah, earlier I was going to say too, yeah, Valentina looks to be training again too. So
Yeah,
we might be getting that announcement between her and Natalia here in maybe by next month. We could be seeing the fight happen in July or August though, man. Like you were saying earlier, I think that this might be on International Fight Week, man.
yeah. Like I said, that's my only out I'm giving the UFC is if it's International Fight Week.
If that happens though, so who do you think they might line up Aaron for? Do you think Aaron will have to fight down here?
If they give Natalia the title shot, they'll probably make Aaron fight because Aaron says she wants to fight Bannon again. They could make that fight again, or they could make like a Grasso fight. You know what I'm saying? They could make that fight. They could do Aaron versus Grasso. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
that's the thing. Like between those three, somebody's going to get Grasso because Manon called Grasso out right after the fight with Macy. You know, she
say that
went
again.
on. Oh, Manon called Grasso out right after that fight with Macy.
Aaron got to fight somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Like she called her out, and then Aaron might be wanting to fight Grasso. So, oh man, like so
But
you got an odd number.
It might be Natalia versus Manon because I'm telling you, dude, I think it's 50-50 who they give the title shot to. It's 50.
I don't
it's
think
gotta
it'll be
be
Natalia
50.
Manon, though. I don't think they'll do that because then Valentina won't have an opponent.
No, Aaron Blanchfield.
No, man. No.
What you mean Valentina won't have an opponent? What you mean Valentina won't have
Let's be real right now. Like, let's be real. Like, now Natalia probably is going to be lined up. Let's be real now.
But it can also be Aaron Blanchfield. That's the thing. It could also be Aaron Blanchfield. Because Aaron Blanchfield is calling for it.
Because to me, that would still make the numbers odd then, like that wouldn't really do much there because then Valentina would be left without an opponent. I'm just saying.
And Valentina is not going to be without an opponent. It's 50-50 between these two. It's 50-50 who's going to get the title shot. It's going to be one of these two right here. These are because they're the only ones they're the only viable ones. They're both of them. They have never fought for the title. They're both ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're both coming off of a win. So, I mean, it's like, both of them on winning streaks. It's just how it is, dude. It's how it is.
Somebody might have to fight down. No, I'm serious. Somebody might have to
fight down.
Somebody's going to have to fight down, man. I can't even believe Rose is in the top 5 now.
Rose is in the top 5.
And it's really because, Macy got beat. So, and Jasmine just won that Carano fight. So,
yeah, they had to bump up.
Don't be surprised if they do Aaron Jasmine, though. They, the UFC does crazy things sometimes.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Aaron
Aaron and Jasmine. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that, dog. No, don't do that, man. Like, don't make her fight Manon and Aaron. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all feeding her. Like, y'all can't make Jazzy into the new Chukagian, man. Only Chukagian can be Chukagian. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, she ain't ready to be that kind of gatekeeper yet. She ain't the gatekeeper for the top 5. Like, it's just not, that's not it. That's not the
No,
fighter.
not at all.
like, bruh, no. Or let's say they feed let's say they feed let's say they feed Jazzy to Choop coming back.
Man, that'd be crazy, man. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, dude. I'm like, man, they don't want to see Jasmine do well, bro. They trying to get Jazzy out of there.
As much as I would want to see Aaron and Alexa fight, I mean that Bannon and Alexa just has so much of a ring to it now because of what they overcome in their past losses and then how they both bounce back. They both bounce back with good first round finishes, and they both had lost hard back in May. And the way they bounced back, like that one would just be, to me, that would solidify who would be lined up, I think, next. Yeah.
I mean, because Grasso was one fight away from being in the conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Grasso get another big win over a top 5 opponent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that'll be two wins over top 5 opponents, So, I mean, yeah.
Oh man, that's what I said. Flyweight is interesting, man, but I need some announcements here soon, man. Like,
me too, bro.
I'm telling you, look, when that Bannon Grasso fight get announced, we're gonna be talking junk. I already know that. I know he'll be there. No Filter MMA. He gonna be baiting me. He gonna be baiting me.
He gonna be baiting. I'm just gonna be real.
He gonna be trying to catch one that I already know, man.
Oh, that's so funny, dude. Bro, we've been on here for 2.5 hours, bro.
Oh, dang, yeah, for real, yeah. At 9 o'clock passed by, I was like,
real quick. We hit 9 o'clock.
Man, I ain't got nothing going on. It was, my day off, so
right. We hit 9 o'clock and kept going.
For real, man. Good conversation tonight.
Yes, sir.
But on that note, man, was there anything else you wanted to say before we close it out, man? Like anything coming up on your mind about the game or anything you got going on over there, man, that you need to announce?
Well, I just got a text message from a job I've been trying to get, and they said they want to hire you, boy. So it is what it is. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man. Good.
Listen, like, I learned a lesson, man, about the workplace, man. Don't ever be somewhere that doesn't appreciate you and see your worth and see your work. You know what I'm saying? So always be where you're appreciated, so don't ever be afraid to take that leap. You got to take that leap sometimes. You got to get out of your comfort zone sometimes. So I'm getting ready to walk into that myself. So, yeah.
Good. Nice. Good, man. Yes, that's right, man. Because sometimes if you just stay where you ain't appreciated, it's draining.
It's draining. Very draining. Yes, sir. Very draining. So
you fighting a battle that just don't end, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man, that's all I got, dog.
Okay. I'll say this as I close. I did reach out to Mackenzie Steeler for now.
Okay.
But I ain't get no answer back yet. And you know why? Because we already know this lets you know that she's doing the tough house right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Because usually, we go back, I'll usually message her. She'll message right away about something. But I said, wait a minute, let me go ahead and send her this message. So when she gets back, I was like, oh, yeah. I just wanted to test it. I was like, oh, yeah, she's probably doing the show right now because the announcement was back in. Yeah, the announcement was just like a few months back. So I was like, oh, she's in that tough house. So that'll be perfect timing for, that interview. And I know they won't be able to let out too much.
Maybe you can get her like I got Austin Hubbard, you know what I'm saying? And, go week to week with her till she out of the competition.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So y'all know where to subscribe to my man No Filter MMA.
Yes, sir. Right here on YouTube, man. You know, can't miss me.
Yes, sir.
Can't miss me.
And we will try to get on Saturday. I'm going to hit you
Yeah.
up, BJ.
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
set
do
that
that.
up. Let's set that up for sure.
All right. Sounds good. But y'all hit that like and subscribe for your boy over here, and definitely subscribe to No Filter MMA.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, Combo. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.